Hello everyone! We are back with another stream of this game. Hope everyone's doing well, hope all's good. We'll be starting another story today. This time it involves this girl here, the one with the strange name. And we're gonna keep on going, keep on reading, and we're gonna read we're gonna read for 2 hours and 30 minutes today because I gotta go somewhere. So, why are we talking about it? Let's just keep going. Oof, oof, ooh, that tickles. Even if you lick my finger, I'm not giving you anything. Wan. Sasagawa-san was playing with Belka in a most girlish fashion. Wah! She noticed us and stopped moving as though frozen. What are you doing? Minute. Okay, I'll send. This is... Wait, okay, even more all set. This is... Are you the one who kidnapped Belka? Kidnapped? Does it look like she was kidnapped? Dog lovers are all good people, she pronounced. Of course, all cat lovers are also good people. She added that last clause after a glance at Rin. That means we found a good person who's friends with Belka. It's not. We're friends. Indeed, she was all over her. I didn't know you liked dogs, Sasagawa-san. She looked extremely embarrassed. So I just noticed her making a ruckus inside that trash bin, so I took him out for some peace and quiet. I see. Anyway, thank you very much for helping her out. Belka barked, wagging her tail. Belka saying thank you too. It's not like that. Can. Belka still wouldn't leave Sasami alone. It seems that she really likes her. With a big grin, Sasami bent down and began playing with her again. She's totally all over her. No, I'm not. Woof. Ow. Shoka lapped at her cheek. Shoka is expressing her thanks too. And I'm also grateful to you. Hey, it tickles. Wafoo! Stay away. She was surrounded by two dogs red to her ears. A moment later, I got an email from Komari-san, who had been trying to find out how Belka had disappeared. It seems she had accidentally gotten into a trash can when the janitor was doing his rounds. How could you not notice? She was so pitiful, trapped in there. Well, I'm sorry. Please make sure it will not happen again. She was fuming mad, and the janitor didn't say anything, but just kept apologizing. You're such a nice person, Sasagawa-san. A nice person? I don't think so. Wahoo! Oh, stop with that cuteness. Freaking Cood. Knock it off. Knock it off. Cood hugged Sasagawa-san. Let me go. You're heavy. Woof. Oh, great. It's even cuter now. Oh, I can zoom out. I did not know that. Woof. Oh my gosh, they're all there. Everyone's here. Wow! Emboldened by her example, Belka and Stroka also jumped on Sasagawa-san. Just maybe Sasagawa-san is really... No comment. Maybe she's actually a really good girl. Enough. Rin, Natsumi, we will settle it next time. I don't really get it, but I've got it. I will remember this. She left. She's kinda hard to deal with. On returning to our classroom, we saw Komari-san. You know what? We saw a new side of Sasagawa-san. I guess she's just not good at expressing her true feelings. But she's the one who's always picking a fight. She just doesn't know how to act in those situations. She probably actually wants to be friends with you, Rin-chan. By the way, you two are friends. Yes, that's correct. Her answer confirmed what I had already guessed from seeing the two together. I'm sorry I kept it a secret. She told me not to mention it, since she's so shy. So when Fyodor was injured... She didn't want to let anybody know about that either. Komari-san did basically tell us already, though. What does it mean? I think Sasagawa-san was taking care of Fyodor. How did you figure it out? He's smart every once in a while. You're amazing. In my opinion, there were only a few people who wouldn't have figured it out. She took care of him. I'll talk to her more later. Yeah, please do. Sounds like Rin had begun to see Sasagawa-san in a new light. May 29. Lunch break. Oh, As I glanced at the door, I noticed that black cat I'd seen the other day. It came in here again. Does it have something to do here? As I walked up to it, the cat gave a subdued meow. It's always following Sasasagawa-san. So why did it come to our classroom? Maybe I should take it to Sasasagawa-san. Reached for the cat and caught it without any difficulty. For a stray, it was way too well behaved around humans. What in the world was up with this cat? Oh, Riki-kun, what's going on? Kamari-san, this cat. That's the cat that's always with Sachan. Yes, it got in here again. I guess it's here to see Sachan? But I don't think she'll see it. Why not? It likes her a lot, doesn't it? She said she's not good with cats. She hasn't said why, but she can't touch them. That's why I've been looking after it. Can't touch them? Is she allergic or something? Maybe. With how she acted with Belka, I'm sure she likes animals. Isn't that just because Sachan likes dogs? She told me not to tell anyone that either. Well, everybody already knows about it. Anyway, I suppose I should go see Sasasagawa-san. Kamari-san guided me to her classroom. Sachan! Kamari-san called out to her from the door. Kamakita-san, would you not call me that in public? I forgot about that. I'm sorry. So what can I do for you? That's right, Riki-kun, about this cat. Oh my, it was in our classroom. She looked down and fell silent after glancing at the cat. I hate to say it, but that's not my pet or anything. Besides, I do not like cats. A total rejection. I thought that happened. She always said she doesn't like cats. But why does this cat keep coming to school? Maybe it likes Sachan. Yeah, that might be the case. Thought about it, looking at the cat I held in my arms. It's kind of unfortunate that she doesn't like cats. I agree. I'm sure she actually wants to cuddle them. That's not what I felt sorry for the cat since it was so obviously attached to her. Yeah, you may be right. Still, I don't think that what Kamari-san thought was necessarily wrong either. Anyhow, let's take it outside. Okay. Just when we were about to leave the room, hey, the black cat shook free of my arms and sprinted for the door. No, you can't stay here. You have to. Wah. I'm sorry. Kamari-san, you're so weak. The cat seemed to be determined to see Sasasagawa-san, and it wouldn't budge an inch. What should we do? It's quite the dilemma. One of the teachers finds it, we'll be scolded. We both tried to come up with some solution. You two are still with the cat? Oh, Sachan. I don't know why, but it looks like the cat's pretty attached to you. I guess I am left with no choice. I shall take it outside. You sure? What you just said makes it sound as if I am wholly responsible for this. Besides, I need to buy something to drink outside anyway. Hachan, thanks a lot. I told you, I need to buy something to drink anyway. Despite all she says, she's a very considerate person. Walked down the hallway with Sasasagawa-san in the lead. The black cat followed along at her feet. It somehow gave off the air of a baby brother walking next to her. Do you have any idea why that cat likes you so much, Sasasagawa-san? How should I know? This cat was very weak when Sachan first found it. We've been treating it together. I see. Kamakita-san, you always say such unnecessary things. You deserve to be punished. I'm so sorry. Sasasagawa-san started chasing Kamari-san. For some reason, I got the feeling that these two were always like this. I had to admit that I was very surprised, given how I'd only ever seen the way she acted when confronting Rin. We passed through the backyard and headed toward the gym. We finally arrived at the back of the school building. You can take care of yourself from here, right? Crying, yeah, the cat sat down right beside the old rusted incinerator, which was no longer in use. Is this its favorite place? Yep, it's always here. Well then, I shall be heading back. Sure, thanks a bunch, Sachan. I did nothing at all. With those words, she departed briskly. Alright, we should head back too. Sure! As soon as I said that, the cat walked up to my feet and let out a meow. Now it's me. Maybe it has something it wants to say to you. Not like I can speak cat. Right. Rin-chan could probably translate. I highly doubt it. We made our way to the courtyard and asked Rin for help. That black cat. Yep, I thought you might be the only one who could help us out. It's impossible to refuse when you're asking me for help, Kamari-chan, but... you think it's too difficult? It's no good? But when it's Kamari-chan asking for help, if you can't do it, you can't do it. That's right. If it can't be done, it can't be done. But how can I possibly turn down this request from Komari-chan? The situation seemed to be causing her a great deal of anguish. No, there's no point in worrying if you can't do it. He's right. Don't worry about it. Sorry. Feels like that one hates me. You think so? I seem to have trouble making friends with black cats. There are nice ones too, though. That reminds me of the violet ones that came to our classroom before. That's another one. A lot of the black cats around here won't open up to me for some reason. That's why I don't want you guys to expect too much. But I'll give it a shot anyway. Negotiations are broken down. Yeah, I could tell that you did everything you could for us. Thank you. But I must say, there's something weird about that one. Eh? As I kinda get a close look, I can't say for sure. But that one doesn't seem very spirited. Really? Look down at the cat yet again. The little trip must have tired it out. It was curled up into a ball, sleeping. Didn't seem unwell, but I had no way to tell if it was supposed to be more energetic. Might have been just my imagination. I think so too. It didn't look well. Regardless of what we did, we had no way to figure out what the cat was trying to tell us. We only knew that there was something it wanted to tell us. Able to come up with a solution, we left for the classroom. On our way back, that's... oh my. Sasami Sasagawa. I no longer had a problem pronouncing her name correctly. Nancy, coming across you in a place like this, Rin Natsumi. You too, what brings you here? Nothing in particular. The cat's sleeping over there. Wah! What, you came here for the cat? Ah, you must be here to check on it. No, certainly not. Sasami-sama, is it Rin Natsumi again? Damn you, when will you learn the folly of challenging Sasami-sama? How can someone like Rin Natsumi be an opponent worthy of Sasami-sama? The usual trio also showed up. Oh. With all the things that happened recently, I had forgotten. Rin Natsumi, 4 of us have been training ourselves ever since that day. You can no longer hold a candle to us, Rin Natsumi. Another battle? This is what we've been waiting for, Sasami-sama. Let us take care of her, Sasami-sama. Bring it on, Rin Natsumi. Rin cast a sideways look at Komari-san. Komari-san didn't seem to understand what was going on. Sorry, but I will not bring it on. What? There's no point in fighting you guys. It's a futile quarrel. Instead, I think we should become friends with each other. Become friends? Rin's expressed a very adult opinion. What is your name? My name? Uh-huh. Well, my name is Rei Kawagoe. Kawagoe-san. Got it. What about yours? Sasakiko Watanabe. Yukari Nakamura. Okay. Kawagoe-san, Watanabe-san, and Nakamura-san. Won't be fighting with you girls anymore. Eh? What, Sasami-sama? What are we supposed to do now? Ooh. Rin's sudden change in attitude threw the 4 of them for a loop. What is this? Some new form of harassment? I have no such intentions. Cool. What do we do, Sasami-sama? I feel like we've utterly lost to her as human beings. Feels like our identities are collapsing. We're taking our leave for today. What? You guys are leaving? Rin Natsumi, remember this. Kawagoe-san, Watanabe-san, and Nakamura-san, I'll remember them. Let us depart this place. Wait for us, Sasami-sama. 4 girls left. You're great, Rin. Tried to settle things through dialogue instead of fighting, didn't you? Yeah, but it didn't seem to work. Actually, it did. You learned their names, so you're all friends now. We are? Yep, I'm sure of it. Then it's all good. Since the day Rin saw Belka and Sasagawa-san together, her view of her has been changing little by little. Believe that to be a very good thing. Oh, what's happening? Then at a much later date, after our world came to an end, another story was about to begin. What do you mean, October? One night, I had a dream. What was it about? It was a lonely dream. A dream of someone left outside, someone other than me. First I had thought it was another memory, but it wasn't. Nobody offered that someone, the protagonist of that dream, a helping hand. Their body was horribly cold. I knew that losing something was so much colder than never having it. I woke up. I tried to remember the dream I just had. Was it a nightmare? I shouldn't be having dreams like that anymore. Put my still muddled brain to work. When I was having that dream, I could tell it wasn't related to any of my memories. Then whose memories were they? I know. We went through a very mysterious experience this past summer. The event taught me that mysteries really do exist in this world. It's possible that the dream I just had was also one of those mysteries, or am I just overthinking it? I let out a yawn and rubbed my eyes. The clock showed it to be a few minutes past 8. The books I borrowed from Nishizono-san lay next to my bed. It seems I fell asleep while reading. Ho ho! Sato was working out by the window like any other day. Having to sleep beneath his heavy breathing, I'm just glad that I didn't dream of muscles. Oh, you're awake, Ricky? Yeah, you look so happy in your sleep. Let me guess, were you dreaming of beautiful muscles? No, and actually I was just thinking of how relieved I was that it wasn't a dream like that. I see. Actually, I was whispering muscle, muscle in your ear for a while. Why would you do that? That's, because I wanted you to have a good dream. The sentiment is appreciated. But I don't want you singing me a muscle lullaby. Well, you shouldn't be sleeping this early. Otherwise, I'll have trouble sleeping until morning. Right, well, I guess I'll take a walk and buy some juice. Really like going out to get juice. Think so? I guess it's become a habit. Ah, right, I can share my cold drink with you so you can save your time and money. Put a 2-liter plastic bottle on the floor. What's that? Another original drink? It's called Muscle Exerciser 2, made by me. Little Koo said the name sounded pretty cool. The review had nothing to do with the drink itself. Well, I think I'll pass. You sure? Haven't had any myself since I made it, but it has to be great because it smells like pork cutlet. That brown color must come from the Worcestershire sauce. Wonder what it tastes like. Curiosity was piqued, but I was afraid I might really turn into muscle if I drank it. Ended up leaving without trying Masato's mystery drink. It's quite chilly already. The autumn air was so frigid that I wished I had worn a long-sleeve shirt. Summer was already long gone. I was walking back to the dorm after having bought a can of juice. Looking up at the sky, I found the moon covered by a thin layer of clouds. When I focused on the sounds around me, I could hear a concert of bell crickets. Didn't really understand why they were considered elegant. Still, I could certainly tell that it was a calm and pleasant night. Guess I'll text Komari-san. I should let her know that it's a nice night with a beautiful moon in the sky. A lot of stuff had happened, yet I believe that having such a beautiful night at this very moment was more precious than anything. I had to treasure it. The present only comes once. On my way back to my room, wah! A black cat ran up to me. Hey, what is it? I kept crying, running in circles around my feet. It took me a moment to realize that it was the black cat that would occasionally visit my classroom. But what is it? It seemed like it wanted to tell me something. I had no idea. I had no clue what, though. Una. Oh, it looks depressed. And saying words that cats can't make. Anyway, I'm going to get in trouble if the cat hangs around in the dorm, or even attempts to keep her cats out of sight inside the dorm, with the exception of my room. If it doesn't leave me much choice, try to catch the cat. Oh yeah! Wah! Rejected me with a furious hiss. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. There's nothing to worry about. Psha! Had its guard up completely. Unlike before, there's no way it would let me catch it now. Sheesh, alright then, don't blame me if you get kicked out. I gave up and started walking to my room again. The cat was following me. What a weird cat. When I looked back, it was still following me. How far are you going to follow me? When I stopped and turned around, the cat stopped too. I was completely puzzled. Hey, Ricky. Someone called out to me. Kengo. What are you doing in front of my room? Well, ask this cat. Cat? How did that get in here? Here at the cat by my side. Yeah. Well, sounds really lively now. What's with that weird cat? Yeah. Kengo's comment seemed to have shocked the cat. What on earth is that cat doing here? Who knows? I don't know why, but it's been following me. I see. So the cat likes you. Well, I kinda doubt that. It gets mad when I try to touch it. What are you planning to do then? Look after it? No, I wasn't. Either way, you're not allowed to keep pets in the dorm. Better do something about it before the dorm head finds out. Maybe you should mimic how Rin looks after her cats. Yeah, I suppose. But this cat... what is it? Feels different. Seems like it wants to tell me something. Well, now that you mention it, the cat is acting rather peculiar. But I'm afraid I don't know much about cats. I'm sure Rin will be of more help to you. Guess I'll ask her. Yeah, that'd be for the best. By the way, why don't we do something fun tonight? Sure, why not? Let's do something. But I think we should get everyone together before deciding what to do. Everyone. But Kyosuke isn't here today. Oh, come to think of it, I haven't seen him since this morning. On his way to another job interview. Why don't we all wait till he's back? What? Yeah, you're right. It's not the little busters if we're not all together. His shoulders drooped in disappointment. Alright then, I'll just go back to my room. I just took a shower anyway. Sure. Sorry to keep you. No problem. He went back into his room. His hunched back emanated enough depression to make me regret not putting together some sort of an event for him. He even wears his kendo uniform to the showers. I could never understand that policy of his. Incidentally, the kendo uniform he was wearing now bore Little Buster's logo stitched on its back as proof of his recent fancy. Nya. The black cat just kept crying weakly in front of his door. You can't go in there. Nyan. Seemed very sad somehow. Didn't that sound like a cat? Shoot! Someone was coming. I'd be in trouble if they found me with the cat, so I decided to take it to my room. The cat was so shocked that I was able to catch it without an issue this time. What is the deal with this cat anyway? I made it to my room with the cat in my arms. Why are you holding a cat? Well, it's a long story. I set the cat on a cushion. Must have still been shocked as it didn't move. Are we gonna keep it here? Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. You're gonna start following in Rin's footsteps. Sorry, will it bother you? Not at all. I like cats too. Lifted the cat up. Look, this one's female. Yeah! Bop. The cat's paw was on Masato's open eye. Yeah, pat on my eye. What? Are you alright? The cat was totally pissed off. But in the next breath, it walked to the corner of the room and curled up. Masato, is your eye okay? Yeah, it's fine, don't worry. Phew, would have been flattened if it weren't for my solid muscles. Masato, are your eyes muscles? Huh? Ice muscles? No. Hey, stop kidding. Ice muscles. Muscles may be my alias, but even my muscles aren't cool and solid enough to be called ice muscles. No, I'm not talking about how cool or solid they are. But that cat is quite the fiend. Wasn't that aggressive until now. Oh, Masato, are you sure your eye is okay? No worries, it's fine. Now let me see it. Nah, you don't have to, it's alright. Let me do it. It's been scratched or something. You'll have to go to an eye doctor right away. Yeah, I'm definitely fine. I know you just don't want to see the doctor. Let me see your eye. Ricky, you should worry about yourself instead. You got 2 holes in your face. Where? In your nose. That's normal. Someone knocked on the door. Look, someone's at the door. Don't think of it. Don't think that'll fool me. Enter the visitor. Who is it? Kyosuke? Come on in. Damn it. Why are you being so aggressive today, Ricky? Because otherwise you won't be quiet and let me take you. Oh, it's Nishizono-san. Should have guessed it wasn't Kyosuke since he was out hunting for a job. What a scene. So be quiet and let him take you. This really could be called criminal. Well, I don't really know what you're talking about. And on top of that, you just let me in. Does that mean you don't mind being watched? Nishizono-san seemed to be lost in her own private world. What's happening? What are you talking about? Kud, who was probably with Nishizono-san, poked her head out. I just witnessed something truly shocking. You know, we were just talking about how Masato never tells anyone when he's injured, just so he doesn't have to go see a doctor. Anyway, I just learned that the reversal actually works. This really is profound. I don't really understand, but I can see that it's something very deep-poo. You may come to understand it one day too, Nomi-san. I can recommend tennis as a good introduction for beginners. Wafoo! Tennis! I played that! Oh, done yet, Rikichi? Yeah, I was starting to think that arguing with him would just please Nishizono-san more. Phew! I almost got taken to the hospital. Thanks, Nishizono, you saved my ass. So how badly did he fear hospitals? What she said. Yo, little Ku, what are you two doing here at this hour? You're here too? Naoi-san on the offensive. I like the sound of it after all. Would you please refrain from making any more inappropriate remarks? Oh, I apologize. Well then, as for our business here, right. Nomi-san is very interested in one of the books I lent you the other day. That I am! A planet covered entirely in oceans and clouds, and all contact is lost with the research team there. Scientist visits the planet and encounters an inexplicably mysterious phenomenon. I haven't seen it myself, but I think it'll be fun to compare the book to its movie adaptation. Wafoo! That gives me a sensu obu wonder and an interesting new feel. Tell the truth, Kuragaya-san is the one who originally recommended the book to me. Seems to be interested in sci-fi works. Ah, Kuragaya-san. Did click somehow. We went over to her room before we came here, but she seems to throw books away after she's read them once. What a waste. I'm sure just reading them once is enough for her. Wouldn't be surprised if she's memorized every book she's ever read. That said, I'd like you to give Noemi-san my copy. It appears to be a somewhat difficult read, but I want to try out something like that for a change. Okay, that's fine with me. I'm pretty sure it'll take me a while to finish the one I'm currently reading. Yay, thank you, Ricky! But you could have just texted me. I would have brought the book to you in the girls' dorm. It's important to walk around on your own two legs from time to time, rather than use a product of modern civilization. In other words, she was still having a hard time handling her cell phone. Well, whatever. I'll get to you the book right now. I searched through the book around my pillow. As the Masaru Exu that everyone's talking about, is it not? Yeah, it's second though. Wanna drink it and get mega muscles with me, little coo? Wahoo! Mega muscles! That sounds super cool! Sure does. Combined, we'll have giga muscles. That does have extreme destructive power! Even combined, you'd only have 2 mega muscles. With Nishizona, we'll have omega muscles. Wahoo! It's already Kozumiku! It's Terra, not Omega, and it would only be 3 mega muscles. Rather than 3 mega, it would be 3 Wait, what are you talking about? Alright then, let's give the beverage a try! That's the spirit! That drink that turns you into muscles. You wanna drink it? No, before that, I must run a little simulation. Oh boy. Bottoms up. Gulp. Ugh. Ha. Whoa. You there. You've got a nice body. Muscle, and there we have it. I think I liked it. You did? She liked it. However, it would be troublesome if I couldn't return to normal after drinking it, so I'll pass. And I'll pass for the same reason. Ellie? It'll just be us, Sudoku. Rafu! I feel like the drink will make me as cool as Miller Jovovich-san! Cool with solid muscles. Rafu! Bottoms up! Gulp, gulp! Boo! Ah! Wafaru! You there, you got a nice body. Muscle, nano desu! Imagine something utterly disturbing. Yeah, well, I wish you luck. I handed the book to Nishizono-san. Oh yeah! Turning around, I found the black cat looking at us. Is that a cat? Yes, it's a long story. Chi. She was trying to draw the cat to her. Didn't react, however. Would you like some chikama? You know, which is Japanese fish cake. Bridging to an alternative strategy, she held out a fish and cheese snack toward it. The cat turned away haughtily. It's a difficult one. That it is. That it is. I don't know how to approach it either. This cat's shadow. It seems darker and unlike hers. Never mind. I just think it's my imagination. There's no way something like that would ever happen again. She murmured as if to herself. This is fairly... boo-boo-ha-boo. Well, Masato spewed the mysterious drink out of his mouth. Cood has been frozen in place with a complicated expression ever since her first gulp. She then silently left for the bathroom. Thank goodness I didn't drink it. Masato and I decided to go to bed shortly after the girls went back to their dorm. Night, Ricky. Yeah, night. Yeah, we fell asleep immediately as usual. Speaking of which, I forgot about the cat. Windows are open, so it'll probably get out on its own, I thought. Another dream. Wondered why. Swan was regretting something, or so it seemed to me. If it were me, I'm sure I would regret. Then I would lament. How did things turn out like this? Who was it that made this happen? How, why, who, or what? Nothing was certain. Simply thinking that this somebody must be wallowing in deep regret. From way back then until now? Yes, the entire time. The entire time. Up! Huh? I said wake up! My consciousness began to return upon the realization that somebody was shaking me. Who? I opened my eyes. You. Sasagawa-san. Don't often see you here. What are you doing here, Sasagawa-san? Shh, you're too loud. If someone finds the two of us here, they might get the wrong idea. You're not fully awake yet, are you? Aha, I get it now. This is a dream. It is real. Will you wake up already? That's a good cat face there. She pinched my cheeks with both hands. That hurts. She pulled them up and down, left and right. I said that hurts. What the heck, Ricky? Someone with you down there? Sato asked from the upper bunk. Ah! Pop. Sasagawa-san vanished in the blink of an eye. Bunya! Instead, where she had been now, sat the black cat. Sasagawa-san turned into a cat? Yep. That's where we are right now. What the hell's going on? Did your muscles wet the bed or something? No, your muscles can't wet the bed. Well, it's Sasagawa-san? I thought the black cat gave a nod to my question. Oh my god, I need to calm down. But it's simply, Sasagawa-san had come over here while I slept, and she turned into a cat right in front of my eyes. Wait. How was that even possible? That had definitely happened just now. Wow, can I calm down? What's wrong with you? Sato got down out of the bed and switched the lights on. Meow, meow! Huh? It's just that cat. Yes, it was that cat. However, I feel like this wasn't a dream. After all, both of my cheeks still hurt from her pinching. How could a cat pinch someone's cheeks and twist them around? There was certainly hadn't been enough time for her to hide somewhere. It's Sasagawa-san. What? This cat was Sasagawa-san until just a moment ago. Masato, didn't you see her? I saw nothing. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, we're good. I see. Oh my gosh, you're actually taking it more calmly than I am, which is confusing me even more. No, I mean, this must be a dream. Never say anything unless we're true in real life. This is a dream, it'll just be ridiculous to continue listening to you. I'm going back to sleep. Yeah, this is real, wake up! Meow! Both the cat and I tried to convince him. But his reaction was understandable. Who would have believed me without first witnessing her transformation themselves? Meow! The black cat, Sasagawa-san, seems to have also given up on convincing him. What? You're saying that this isn't a dream? Yes, this is real. You've got to believe me. I see. Mickey, I never doubt you, ever. I'm an idiot, so I've never even thought of doubting a word you say. Masato. That's right. Why the heck have I been hesitating? Alright, I believe you. Masato, thanks. Oh yeah. Explain what had just happened. In other words, this cat is Sasagawa-san. Oh? What's the matter, Masato? Nothing, just a little headache. So will she turn back into a human being? Well, she was in human form just a few moments ago. Meow! Sasagawa-san, don't you think you can do it again? Meow meow! If only I could understand what you're saying. Meow. Ricky. What is it? Guess I'm a real idiot. I have no clue what to do. The thinking burned a hole in my brain. It's in serious anguish, not to mention I was impressed to see someone actually fry a hole in their brain just from thinking. Must have been torn between trusting me and the bizarre situation he was facing. I'm sorry, Masato. I'm fine. Ready to think something like that might actually be possible. That burning sensation must have been some sort of natural defense mechanism. While that caused me to worry about him, I was grateful that he eventually understood the situation. But you know, I really have no idea what to do since I didn't see it happen myself. I'm sure Kyosuke or Kuragaya could come up with some good idea, but I can't think of anything. Meow. Didn't seem like she could transform at will. Anyhow, I'll do what I can. Let's see now. Here you go. Lifted her up. Meow! Bites. She let out a ferocious cry and bit his hand. She attacked his face when he let her go of her. Scratch, 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 scratch. Yeah! Then she did a somersault midair. Wham! Jump! With both beauty and grace, the cat spun 360 degrees and roundhouse kicked him in the forehead. Kufu! And knocked him to the floor. Whoa! He was extremely pissed off. Hey, if you don't stop, you'll actually hurt Masato. Meow! He seemed to have calmed down some. The two of us, that is, the black cat, Sasagawa-san, and I, started chatting next to the passed-out Masato. So you're Sasagawa-san, right? Meow! She nodded. After having calmed down enough to think straight, all I could think of was, wow, that whole thing was actually pretty weird. But why is this happening? I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what's going on. I covered my face. Meow! Sasagawa-san, the black cat, cringed in disappointment. I figured I could call this cat Sasagawa-san, since it was pretty much obvious that it was her. This is quite a predicament. Despite having received myself that mysterious things can actually happen, I still couldn't wrap my head around this cat transformation thing. Still, I knew what we had to focus on. We've got to find a way to return you to normal. Funya! Sounded like she was saying, do something about this. Come to think of it, you were human for a few moments earlier. If I remember right, she did turn back into a human once, but then quickly morphed back into a cat. It was just for a moment, but you did change back, so I'm sure there must be a way. And that's what we have to figure out first. Despite this bold statement, I didn't have any idea where to even begin. While we were lost in thought... Pop. Huh? I'm back! How did you do that? That is what I want to know. You really are Sasagawa-san. I appreciate your quick understanding. Anyhow, now that I've returned to normal, will you please excuse me? But you might suddenly turn into a cat again. It's not like you'll lose anything if you err on the side of caution. I suppose you are right. Would you happen to know anything about any of this? No, can't say that I do. However, I think we can come up with some theories based off what happened. That might certainly be important. But I would still like to head back to my dorm. You sure? My roommate must be worried. Besides, for a girl to be in a boys' dorm this late at night, it's, well, you know. I think that's the least of your worries at the moment. But it doesn't worry me. This is a grave situation. But, you know, I've had this inkling that you really like prying into others' affairs for a while now. Oh, I didn't really think so. However, you have been of great help. I truly appreciate it. Sure. Now then, I shall excuse myself. Wait, you might want to leave through the veranda. It's late and it would be hard to see you in the dark. Very well, I will do as you say.
Whoa, it's getting rainy out just now. Holy crap.
Close my other window. It is closed. Good. Have a nice night. She stepped outside. Pop. Meow! She suddenly turned back into a cat again. Sasagawa-san, I stuttered. I'm a cat again. I told you. Not like I had any other choice now, did I? How could I stay overnight in your room? Hold on a sec. What's the matter? You're talking. We're chatting again, despite the fact that Sasagawa-san had turned back into a cat. Yeah. Oh yeah, Masato was still comfortably sleeping on the floor. I covered him with a blanket and let him sleep where he was. Anyway, let's not worry about how and why we can communicate for the time being. Despite how odd it is, it's rather handy. If I were to think about it anymore, I would probably go crazy. Sasagawa-san, I'm sure you won't believe this, but I actually believe things like this happen from time to time. But what is with you? You seem to be strangely calm. No, I'm not that calm either, but I am speaking from experience. That dream world where we eternally repeated our first semester. Comparing it to that, having someone transform into a cat seemed almost trivial. I feel so miserable that I'm tearing up. Yeah, I know the feeling. However, the first thing we need to do is figure out a way to turn you back into a human. Easy for you to say, but I honestly have no idea what's causing it. Nah. Sato was snoring so loudly. So noisy. Hey, wake up and get in your bed already. She smacked Masato on the cheek a couple times with her paw. I can't eat that many pork cutlets. Sheesh. I never actually heard anyone say something like that in their sleep. What a clown. Well, let's leave him be. For starters, you've been able to return to your normal self twice in front of me. It's loud, Rain. I don't know if you all can hear it. Well, what's wrong? I mean, I didn't know you had a serious side to you. Well, say what you will, but this is just how I am. I wondered just how unreliable she thought I was. I appreciate that. You might not want to count on me too much. To be frank, I was merely somewhat used to things like this. By the way, I might ask a favor of you. What is it? Being that we're able to converse with one another, I would like to call my roommate. Certain she would stay up all night waiting for me. I must let her know I'm fine. Sure. Didn't expect her to be so worried about her roommate. No. That may be why those younger girls worship her. Though the amount they loved her seemed a little abnormal. Hey, used your cell phone. Sure. Set my cell phone in front of her. Was hitting the buttons with her paw. How do I explain it? Despite knowing that she was trying the hardest to make a call as a cat, she appeared to be simply playing with my phone. It was incredibly cute. I cannot push the buttons. Excuse me, would you please stop watching and give me a hand? Sorry, you were just acting so cute. What? Cute? I hardly. You know, since you're a cat now, Sasasagawa-san. Yes, you're right. I am a cat now. Right? Truth be told, it's always relaxing to watch Rin's cats play. Shut up and dial my roommate's number for me already. She snapped at me before I could even finish speaking. Oh, sorry. I quickly picked up my cell phone. Could I have been weaker than a cat? I felt like I was witnessing something truly unfortunate. So who is your roommate? Kamakita-san. Ah, that's who it was. It seems like she's kept her promise and hasn't told anyone. Well, seeing as how I'm on poor terms with Rin Natsumi, don't you think finding out that I'm her roommate would hinder their friendship? I doubted she would have to worry about something like that. I punched in Komari-san's number and placed the phone in front of Sasagawa-san. Hello! I could still make out her muffled voice. Took a step back so they could talk in private. It's me. Hello, Kamakita-san? Would you stop meowing? Are you making a mockery of me? Now talk to me and no more meows. Hang on a second. What is it? How she doesn't understand what you're saying? But that's... Picked up the phone. Meow 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 meow. Komari-san was trying to do her best to speak cat. As I had suspected, all she heard was a cat meowing. Komari-san? Oh, Riki-kun! Sounded like a cat was trying to talk to me through your cell phone. Well, this is gonna be a long story. I do not believe this. She was down on all fours, hanging her head in despair. Oh, being a cat, she was always on all fours. It was Sasagawa-san. Fue? You're not gonna believe this, but that was Sasagawa-san. Meow-san is Sachan? Yeah, that's right. Hardly think she'll comprehend this so easily. Well, not quite sure what's going on, but yeah, I can tell she's very good at mimicking a cat. She misunderstood beautifully. Seems like this will take a rather long time, so could you merely tell her that I won't be returning tonight? You should probably tell her what's going on with you. You won't be able to do that through the phone. Realize she was right. What's the matter? Well, I was just thinking that receiving rational advice from a cat is kind of peculiar, and indistinctly feeling like smacking myself on the head. That is utterly irrelevant. Riki-kun had something... Riki-kun, has something happened to Sachan? Ugh. Well, she won't be able to return to your room tonight. Fue? There's a complicated reason which she can't tell you right now. What's happened to her? Oh, she's turned into a cat. Fue? This won't get us anywhere. Would you just skip that bit? Sorry. Another piece of rational advice. I kept receiving advice from Sasagawa-san, whose very existence was like some kind of joke now. So Chat-chan won't be returning tonight? No, and actually she probably won't be able to return for a while. I'll explain everything tomorrow. What about school? She's sick? I could actually say she's fine, but it's a little difficult for her to go to school at the moment. I see. If she's okay, that's good enough for me. Well, she's with you then, isn't she? Yep, she'll have to stay in the boys' dorm tonight. Fue, I see. Her surprise was somewhat belated. Does that mean you and Sachan are having a late-night rendezvous? Give me the phone. She batted the phone out of my hand and drew in one deep breath. Stop spouting nonsense, take a bath and go to bed already. Well, I could only hear a series of meows, but I'm so sorry. Gee, she's such a handful. Komari-san was as weak-willed as ever. Since the call ended, I picked my phone up, closed it, and put it on my desk. But now she must be thinking I'll be staying with you in the boys' dorm. I don't think you need to worry about that, Sasagawa-san. You're a cat after all. We'll find out the truth. They'll be like, oh my, but wait, since you're a cat, it's fine. Think nothing of it. I can only hope everybody's as idiotic as that. But now we have another riddle to solve. That we do. How was I the only one who could understand her? I thought that was probably the most important key to solving the whole mystery. Pop! Oh, I'm back again! What could cause this? I have no idea whatsoever. Hold on a sec. Recall the first time she reverted back. Hasagawa-san, you had been in cat form until the boys' dorm, right? Yes, for roughly 2 hours. In other words, there had been no transformations on her way here. After arriving here, you kept changing back and forth randomly, which means, doesn't it seem like your transformation cycle has changed since you came into this room? So this place is the cause? I can't say, though I at least know you've never been here before. Following that line of reasoning, you could say there's something in this room that causes you to change back into a human. I thought back. You turned back into a human shortly after Masato fell asleep, and before that, she had swatted Masato in the eye. And before that, Nichizono and San and Kudkin had come over. No, even before those things, she and I had run into Kengo. If not those, and all I can think of is something happened while Masato and I were asleep. I need more clues to figure out the answer. All I currently know is that you turned back without warning. Me turning into a cat is by far more important. Have you figured anything out in regards to that? Well, I think we should figure things out in order. So about you becoming a cat. Reverted back into her cat form when? Alright. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Well, I'm gonna save it, hopefully choose the right answer. Pinch my cheeks? Pinch my cheeks. Are you being serious here? Quite at me in irritation. Being as serious as I can. Are you seriously gonna say that I'll turn back into a cat if I pinch your cheeks? It might. Alright then, I will give it a try. Grip. Wow, this is gonna... It hurts. Didn't change. Ooh, I should have given it more thought. I had to come up with something else. Happened after that. After that, you attacked Masato. Maybe it was around that time. Thought about it for another moment. So that was wrong. It was just when Masato woke up. Then that disgusting muscle Dharma doll is the culprit. Sees Masato by the shirt. No. But it was still fast asleep. Well, it's still only a possibility. Let's think of something else. What happened after that? We took Masato. I knew it! The muscle Dharma doll is behind all this. I shall make short work of him. What? Hold on. Regretted saying that so thoughtlessly. I somehow managed to fend off her anger. So anyways, believe that it was around that time. Thought about it for another moment. Wait a minute. First she attacked his eyes, then she knocked him out with a flying kick. Finally she slapped his cheeks while he was sleeping. Number of attacks match the time she's reverted? No, that can't be it. Are you sure this muscle Dharma doll has nothing to do with it? Yes, and there are 2 reasons why. First, he has nothing to gain from turning you into a kitten. Besides, there's no way he'd do something like that. He doesn't prank people like that, I swear. And second, if he were the culprit, Muscles would somehow be involved with it. Turning someone into a cat isn't his style. Hate to admit this, but the second reason makes more sense than the first one. Yeah, if you had transformed into Muscle, the culprit would definitely have been Masato. I do not wish to even imagine that. With that, I suppose we can rule him out. Seems like you're trying to purposely rule him out for some reason. No, I'm not. Well, whatever. You two are childhood friends, are you not? Yeah. I'm still not quite sure about this, but I have one theory I'd rather confident about. And what would that theory be? Leaving the room turns you into a cat. You were a cat the whole time before you got here, right? You mean, I'm kind of afraid to have you try it when we don't know how to turn you back. I think you'll turn into a cat if you leave through the window like earlier. You're saying that I have to live here until we figure out the cause? No, I'm not saying you have to do anything. Of course, there might be another cause, that you simply triggered it when you were outside. But it's not like I was trying to leave the other time it happened. We can't be sure there's only one trigger. There could be a lot more. That is true. Yawn. I'm getting sleepy now that I'm human again. Then do you want to go to bed and continue this tomorrow? Can we afford to waste time like that in this situation? Well, if you want to stay up, I'll stay with you. Besides, where would you expect me to sleep? You can use Masato's bed. Absolutely not. Why would I sleep in a bed that reeks of sweat? And on top of that, twice, you humiliated me twice. What do you mean? You saw it, didn't you? You looked at and touched my... when you were a cat. I figured out the reason behind your violent behavior. Any girl would probably have gotten mad. Now that I've been reminded of that, I'm starting to get an urge to slap him again. There, you were a cat, so you can't really blame him. Ooh, I'm starting to feel completely wretched. Look, I think you should get some sleep while you can. After all, you're yourself at the moment. You're yourself. You know, knowing that you are the only one that I can rely on right now worries me. Well, I suppose so. Anyhow, would you excuse me for a bit? She got to her feet and walked toward the door. Ah! Pop. Meow! She turned back into a cat. I knew it. Could you have said something before I tried to leave? Well, I did. If you need something, I'll go get it for you. This is not something you can do for me. Eh? You want to use the bathroom, right? Excuse me, but would you not ask a lady something like that? I'm sorry. Anyway, my theory seemed correct. Leaving the room made her turn into a cat. So how will you get there? I don't think it would be wise to wander around the dorm as a cat. I'll do my best to stay hidden. I know. I'll go get a plate and put some sand on it. Huh? What for? To make a litter box for you. I saw Rin make one with newspaper. Ouch. She hit me. Would you care to repeat that? But you are a cat. He ended up heading to the restroom as a cat. Hope she wouldn't fall into the toilet. Eventually decided that I would sleep in Masato's bed while she slept in mine. What a disgrace. By the way, she ended up sleeping down there as a cat. Anyway, let's officially start working on this issue tomorrow. Yes, need to find out what's causing this as quickly as possible. Alright, then. Good night. I miss my bed in the girls' dorm. Yo. Sato's snoring echoed throughout the room. So noisy. Yeah, fortunately you'll need to bear with it. It does that every night. Suppose this is no worse than Kamikita-san's I can kinda picture it. Was sure her dreams revolved around her chasing a butterfly through the field of flowers. And the smell here makes me uncomfortable. No, that's my bed you're talking about. Your bed? I'm sorry, but you'll need to bear with it until we figure this out. Right. Does it smell that terrible? I don't mean it like that. It's just I've never been in a bit, man. Never mind. Good night. Heard her crawl under the blanket. I still feel disgraced. Look, I'm gonna help you deal with this. So we're getting a good night's sleep, okay? Okay. She seemed to be willing to put up with it in the end. Heard the sound of someone sleeping peacefully below me. A few moments later, I took a quick peek and found Sasagawa-san sleeping in her school uniform. She's back. So what was going on with her? Decided to go over everything once more before sleeping. Focused my attention and reviewed everything that had occurred so far, probably in too much of a rush earlier. Recalled one of the mystery novels I'd borrowed from Nishizono-san. It was about a detective who solved cases by simply listening to witnesses' statements. While sitting in his armchair, it was exactly what I needed to do. Trying to figure out a cause based solely off of what Sasagawa-san could tell me, but I don't think I'm smart enough to pass for a detective who can uncover the truth behind cases like him. The case of Sasagawa-san turning into a cat and what caused it. Even before something happened, there was events that took place which influenced everything surrounding the case. Causing various repercussions. Influences, happenings, events, and repercussions. Those were the elements mystery novel detectives based their deductions upon. Their approach varied. However, the most basic strategy would be to walk around and look for clues. The more clues I gathered, the easier it would be to put it all together. But wait. It kind of felt like those who went around collecting clues were merely there to support the detective. If only there was someone who could play the role of a detective around here. This case, a human turning into a cat, was so much like a comic book that I couldn't really be surprised if a comic book hero showed up to deal with it. Fortunately, Kyosuke was elsewhere looking for job interviews. Therefore, it seemed like I would have to take up the role of the detective. To start with, I was the only one who could communicate with her. You know, knowing that you're the only one that I can rely on right now worries me. Would not be very reliable, but as she was relying on me, I wanted to do everything I could for her. Was sure she was full of anxiety, was determined to do whatever I could, because that's what you should do when someone asks you for help. That whiteness returned again. It was freezing cold, almost cold enough to kill you. Yet there was someone there thinking. They had so many things they wanted to talk about. They had so many things they wanted to say. However, they weren't able to do it. Despite knowing that it was futile, they still kept hoping. Yet now there was only the cold. They wondered what those who had left were doing now. Had they been still been snuggled up with each other? Would it have been warmer? However, they had vanished, never to meet each other again. And then spring arrived. Next morning, there! Something I felt out of place as I sat up in bed. Right, I slept in Masato's bed. I peeked at the bunk below me. Sasagawa-san was still asleep. Actually, Sasagawa-san could have been described as exceptionally beautiful. So much so that my heart almost skipped a beat. I think it's rude to watch someone sleeping like this. Oh, it's morning. Fwah! Masato awoke from his slumber with a big yawn and scratched his head. Huh? How was I sleeping on the floor? Not that I mind. Ricky, it's morning. Hey, he said, looking at my bed. Oh, this is bad. Pop! Sasagawa-san vanished. Must have turned back into a cat. What? Hey, that's not Ricky. That's a cat. Why is there a cat in his bed? Lifted the black cat up from my bed. Maybe this is Ricky? Nope, he seemed to have completely forgotten what I told him the previous night. Now that you turned into this, what am I supposed to do? He shook Sasagawa-san. No, I'm up here. What the? The cat's been in Ricky's bed and he's been in mine? He was now wide awake. I will... You'll... Meow? I will beat you to a pulp right here and now. Yeah! Serves you right. He was quite strong, even as a cat. But, you know, he didn't do that on purpose, so can't you be a little kinder to him? Kind to him? To this man who humiliated me? I'm pretty sure he didn't do that out of spite. Would have been better if it hadn't been out of spite. I despise men who have no delicacy. The thought of how difficult it was to accommodate cats crossed my mind, but I refrained from saying it out loud. Even as a cat, Sasagawa-san was still Sasagawa-san. So I'm back to being a cat first thing in the morning. What will you do? What can I do? I cannot go to school like this. Right. In that sense, I'm gonna go check around school to see if there's anyone who might be able to help us. If I find someone who can understand you, I'm sure they'll give us a hand. Alright, I will count on you. Please be careful if you have to go outside. I will. Alright, Masato, get up. We're going to the cafeteria. The cat! He was groaning incoherently. Masato eventually picked himself up. He went to the cafeteria for breakfast. Yosuke hadn't returned from his job hunting yet, so it was only the four of us. Staying overnight to job hunt, just where on earth was he wandering around this time? Morning. Yeah, morning. Morning. What's wrong with you, Masato? You don't look so good. I had this weird dream where a kitty cat beat me up. How could a kitty cat do that to somebody with solid muscles like mine? It was so horrifying. I was like, what kind of kitty is this? Happens all the time, doesn't it? Yes, all the time. We were taken down by 10 cats the other day, remember? Moreover, they were all ordinary and cute. Huh? Oh, kitties are super scary. Oh, you just now realized that. Since he's an idiot. Huh? Did you just call me an idiot? Who the hell do you think you... Meow! Yeah. I'm scared. Uh-oh. Think I might have done something bad to him. Sasagawa-san was clearly the cause of his newly acquired phobia. How could you find them scary? They're so adorable. There. Want some jelly? Look, we got mango flavor today. Mango's scary too. How come? Damn it, what the hell? Why the hell do I have to be scared like this? Masato, you look utterly pathetic. Damn it, it's humiliating to hear you say that with a straight face. Heh. Kango picked up one of Rin's cats and started stroking its chin with its fingers. Good kitty, good kitty. Well, now he's showing off his superiority. If you want to call yourself my rival, you need to at least overcome your fear of cats. What are these tough guys competing at? And Kango, do you have any advice for me? Let's see. Training in a waterfall. How about training in a kitty fall? Training in a kitty fall? What the heck is that? It's a merciless training where you overcome your fears by letting cat after cat fall on your back from above. What? That would be... You seem to be imagining how that would work. Okay. Thinking too hard made her drop her guard. But if we did that, it would be super duper. Then again, being buried under cats, that'd be duper duper cute training, huh? Don't be silly. How can a man among men such as myself do such cute fancy training? Why don't we ask the guy over there? Pointed her finger toward the courtyard. No. You're right, this suddenly raised the bar. No. Shake, shake, shake. Even with muscles like mine, I'm pretty sure that'd kill me. First off, I'd be impressed if we could find a bunch of cats as big as doors. Nuku. He slowly drew closer to us. What? Did you hear us? No. It seems he's willing to help you train. Well, I appreciate your kind offer, but I'm okay. No. He seemed dejected for a moment, but then rolled away. Is that even a cat? It's possible that no one knew for sure. We entered our classroom. Oh, here they come. Morning. What she said. Morning, everyone. Morning. Morning, everybody. Morning, Komari-chan. Yep, morning, Rin-chan. It's nice out again, isn't it? Yep, it's a perfect day for cats to nap. Komari-san and Rin began chatting amongst themselves shortly after their morning greetings. In the past, Rin would have never done something like that. But now that was the usual morning routine. Komari-san, can I have a quick word with you? Fue? About what? I didn't really want to butt into their conversation, but I had no choice today. About Sasagawa-san. I told her homeroom teacher that she's too sick to move. Oh, you did? Even though it seemed like she hadn't comprehended anything, I said that previous night she at least understood enough to do that. But how will she eat if she can't move? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Sheesh, I had been far too engrossed in discovering the truth, searching for the culprit, or simply thinking about what happened. Hey, what are you guys talking about? I know. Send it to S. Rin for help. Rin, I need you to help me with something. What's that? During lunch break. About Mon Petite. You need to get some Mon Petite for me. Alright. Alright. Lunch break came. Was unable to find anybody other than people I knew to help us. Rin, I'm counting on you. What's this all about? My go. I was pretty sure she was trying to say it, my god. As in, isn't this cool, eh? Alright, let's get going. Oh my go! It seemed like I was right. Oh my go! Oh, heading back to the dorm?
Yeah. I can stretch. Fudge.
Oh, could you wait here a moment? Oh my go! Seemed to really like that phrase. Poked my head inside my room. She was sitting in a corner, hugging her knees. Ah! She noticed me. It's you. What, is someone in there? Where? Poop. Pop. She turned into a cat. Yeah! Oh, it's just that cat. Looking closely, it's quite adorable. There. Now I see why you needed this. There, here you go. She opened a can and put it down in front of Sasagawa-san. An angry vein popped out of her forehead, or so it felt. Rin Natsumi, how far will you go to mock me? This one seems to hate me. Letting my biggest rival see me like this? How humiliating. Rin, do you understand what you just said? I do, your nuance. Rin Natsumi, do you understand me? Sasagawa-san walked up to Rin. Oh my god! She just said, oh my god, properly. Looks like she wants me to rub her chin. Complete miss. You don't normally get this close to me. There. Key, will you please not touch me? What? Now she's mad. So I decided to step in. Easy. Calm down. Okay. She really does hate me. I have had it. Get her out of here, would you? Even if you say that. Guess there's nothing I can do. Here, I'm heading back. You sure? Rin shook her finger, saying, tit. The longer you're with a cat that hates you, the deeper that hatred grows. Had to take your time to tame cats like her. I didn't know that. That's why I'm heading back. Okay, thanks for your help. You sure are hopeless. She left the room. I half expected her to add another, my go, but she didn't. It seemed like she had already grown tired of it. Anyway, it looks like Rin didn't understand what you were saying. I need no help from Rin Natsumi. More importantly, what in the world is this thing? Curse you, Rin Natsumi. How dare you bring me pet food like this? I've never felt so humiliated. Sorry, I thought it would be better since you're a cat right now. This was your idea? She looked truly frightening despite being a cat. I apologize. Promise I'll get you more delicious Mon Petite next time. Would you please forget about Mon Petite? But you know, if a cat eats human food, it might get a stomachache. That's why I'll eat when I return to my normal self. Aren't you hungry? I can handle it. For the love of God, it's truly worrisome to think that you're the only one I can rely on. Her impression of me dropped. Now then, if you have reflected on your actions, would you please bring me something normal to eat? Sure. Right, there's no food here. Could you hurry? After being put through that imprudent charade, I found myself to be even more hungry. Alright. Wordlessly hold out the Mon Petite. Held the can of Mon Petite out toward her. Would you care to explain? I think you might like to try. Like it if you try. Are you trying to make me angry? Well, I'm sorry, so sorry. Will you just go buy a sandwich and black tea for me already? I got kicked out of my room by a cat. When I returned to our room, I found Sasagawa-san in her human form. Here, as you requested. Thank you. Did you need something else? No, facing the fact that I am living here like a shut-in really is making me feel pathetic. She hung her head in disappointment. Well, hey, cheer up. Ooh, I am already about to give in. You know what? Just think about how talented you are. You've been a regular on the softball team since you were a first year. That is true. I am the hope and ace of the softball club. I have made it through so many trials and tribulations, and have built up unrivaled willpower. Foo-ah, or foo. Oh! How pathetic of me to almost let such trivial matters lead me astray. An instant recovery. With that, I realize she might actually be pretty easy to deal with. That is right, I no longer care if I am a cat or anything else. Ricky Noe, you shall give me a hand after school. Sure, I'll do anything I can for you. Glad she had regained her vigor, but her usual attitude was rather imperious. After school, there you are. Met it with Sasagawa-san in the courtyard. Needless to say, she was a cat once again. And I felt I had grown a little better at reading her expressions. Her voice hadn't changed, but she was almost like I could see her human form while she was talking. I'm here. So what should we do? Whoa, ghost. To start with, we should find someone who can understand me like you can. And I suspect that someone will also be some sort of clue. Hold on a second. Isn't that what I said this morning? I was going to do that during lunch. It matters not. Besides, I dislike the inefficiency of asking one by one. I prefer asking as many people as possible at once. Now then, let us commence. She was walking and I followed after her. Excuse me, do you understand what I'm saying? Hello, hello. She asked every person that she ran across. It looked like she was into it. However, no one showed any signs of comprehension. Look, this kitty's so adorable. Is it your pet, Noe-san? One of my female classmates noticed her and approached. You are so noisy. Would you stop interrupting us? Whoosha, she hissed. Yeah, why did I suddenly get mad? Sorry, she's just a little nervous right now. Do not treat me like a cat. What? Sorry. Looks like you're having a hard time, Naoi-kun. She kept trying to talk to the students, but as they left school, but no one has responded. Yeah, no, anyone would ignore a talking cat. I've been watching everyone who passed by, and you haven't really gotten a reaction out of any of them. You're not giving up yet. Need drink. Fudge. Right, we decided to keep going. A couple minutes later, someone we knew showed up. Ricky, hello, what are you doing? Well, just a little something. A little something? This must be the cat that was in your room the other day. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Does she know what I'm saying? Look, it just bowed to me. What a smart kitty. Fortunately, Kun had no reaction either. Ran into Haruka-san a short time later. Oh, what are you doing, Ricky-kun? Hang on a minute. Okay. Well, nothing in particular. Hello, can't you hear me? Oh, is that one of Rin-chan's cats? No, she's not. Seems we can rule her out as well. Wait a second, doesn't this cat look like it's inviting me to pet it? Rub rub. She stroked her chin. Would you stop touching me like that? Yeah, I got so angry. Nonetheless, that isn't enough to make Haru-chan's iron heart give in. But it hurt even more. Whoosha! Yeah! Sasagawa-san retaliated. It was almost sunset. This bore no fruit whatsoever. I just cannot believe it. As far as we can tell, I seem to be the only one. I think we need to try another strategy. I'll try asking people I can trust for their assistance. What kind of strategy? That's... I pondered. Then I suddenly noticed that people were staring at me as they passed us by. It sure feels like people are paying a lot more attention to us. While all they see is a weirdo who seems lost in thought, is talking to a cat. Well, that was probably true. How did she feel justified in calling me a weirdo in her situation? What about you? You might be a cat on the outside, but technically you're walking around naked. Oh, cats wear no clothes. That is only common sense. This is merely how some cats look. It's had no impact on me. Furthermore, when I turn back to human, I am properly dressed. Her retort failed. She had already accepted her current state. Felt so sorry for Masato, who had been knocked down by her last night. Wait a minute. Oh my, are you angry? No, that's not it. That's right. She was wearing her uniform when she turns back into a human. The fact seems easy to overlook, but it was an important clue. That's it, the clothing. Huh? Well, this is just a theory. So what is it? You know how in movies they might be some sort of drug that turns you into a mutant? Normally when you transform like that, your body would grow bigger, and what you're wearing would tear. On the other side, if you shrank, you'd be buried in your own clothes. Why did you suddenly start talking about movies? Sagawa-san, you're wearing something even when you're a cat, right? Yes. Think it over. Isn't that odd? Are you saying you want me to undress? No, I'm not making fun of you or anything. My point is that this is not a physical phenomenon. Let's get back to the transformation thing. I think the reason that the clothing thing happens in movies is because the producers believe it'd be strange if it didn't. Therefore, it's weird if it doesn't happen. I have no idea what you're getting at. Not sure how to put it, but I suppose this is something to do with perception. Generally speaking, don't you find it weird that your clothes change size when your body does? The size of your body changes, well, that's also unnatural. But having your clothes change as well is way beyond the laws of physics. This is rather, how should I put it, magical, like something from a comic book. I knew a word that ran across toward those kinds of rules. Shadows. A shadow girl created from another girl's imagination. Entities that weren't meant to exist. Entities that were only allowed to exist under fantastic anything-goes rules. If those kinds of rules existed here as well, it meant this world itself is not real. I think that makes the most sense. I beg your pardon, I still have no clue what you are getting at. This is just a theory of mine, but we're not in the real world. Huh? I do know there's a world where anything can happen, because I personally experienced it. Would you give me a moment? I cannot believe any of what you are saying right now. You know, everything has been weird from the beginning. How can a human being turn into a cat? What's weird is the world that allows it to happen. So you're saying we have wandered into that bizarre world? Yes. That can hardly be true. Have you not simply just read too much manga? That cannot be happening. Then again, transforming into a cat is also impossible. That's what I believe. I can't be completely sure though. That's the Sagawa-san side. The world you used to be in, what was it like? It repeated itself. When we realized it, the world was on the brink of collapse. And only my friends remained in there. Remember that bus accident? Of course, how could I forget? Our field trip was cancelled and it caused a huge ruckus. Fortunately, no one died. That is when it happened. This world belonged to all of us, to the little busters. And it was for the sake of Rin and I. And this world could also be... I did not think that. But it's indeed a possibility. But... at least that world should no longer exist. Which meant the one we are in now is a new one. What for? Why would someone turn Sasagawa-san into a cat? Let's say this really is a world created by someone, and everyone is in here. I did not want to believe that it might have been made as a practical joke. That'd be too cruel. But I don't think that's it. Either way, I guess I have no choice but to trust you. Thanks, that makes this easier. You are the only one who can understand me. What other option do I have? Did I say something to upset you? Pay it no mind. By the way, is there anything else you can tell me about that world? Well, compared to the other girls, I found it harder to figure out what she was thinking. Even if something bizarre happened, nobody else considered it strange, because it seemed natural to them. The girl from a shadow, the snow falling in June, and so many other worldly things. What happened after all those things? I felt certain that something must have occurred at the end, which is what was brought the distorted world to an end. There was another thing that bothered me. I was able to recall the existence of that world, but I wasn't able to recall much about what took place in that world. Who was it? Who told me the truth behind that strange world? I can't remember. As though covered in fog, only that part of my memory was lost in a haze. Why was that? I remember being with the other original Little Busters members. I busted out of the world with Rin holding her hand. It was just like that feeling when you wake up from a dream. I can only remember its last moments. Damn, I wish Kyosuke was with me. Back then, without those letters from Kyosuke, I wouldn't have even noticed what was going on. You cannot remember? Then what are we supposed to do? That's probably what we have to figure out. Only had someone that guy could have asked for help at the moment. However, that was the way someone weak would think. I wasn't weak anymore. I had to do it myself. You need to have a strong mindset. because I should know how. This time there was no one to lend a helping hand. I had to unlock the mystery of this world on my own. Mission start. Remember those words. A phrase I picked up from the strongest person I'd ever met. We returned to my dorm room. We had determined that we weren't going to find anyone else who could understand her. Even had there been someone, they probably wouldn't have been able to tell us anything more than we already know. Being that we hadn't discovered anyone who knew the secret of the world meant they had some reason to hide themselves from us. So, are you sure you should be taking this easy? Sasagawa-san had returned to her human form and was standing before me. Just as I thought, it seemed she could only return to her normal self while she was in this room. Not taking it easy, but rushing about won't get us anywhere either. Thinking of asking everyone to lend us their strength. Who is this everyone? That group you always hang out with? Yeah, we call ourselves the Little Busters. Our leader, Kyosuke, isn't here right now, but I'm sure some of the others would be able to help. Even Kamakita-san cannot understand what I say. And those two we ran into a short while ago. That's right, but remember, at first I didn't understand you either. Komari-san might be able to understand you if some kind of condition is met. If that happens, I'm sure she'll help us. Ah, a valid point. By the way, what is the queer liquid is in that plastic bottle? I mistook it for tea. Eh? Liquid in the plastic bottle? Muscle exerciser. What? Briefly recalled that nightmare. Are you alright? You haven't turned into a muscle, have you, Sasagawa-san? No, I did not have any. Did not have any because it smelled strange. That's good. I don't believe it would have made her sick, but I was afraid that it might have turned her into muscle. Let's forget about it. Maybe we should invite Komari-san over and tell her everything. Are you sure that is wise? Yeah, maybe if she hears the whole story, she might realize it's you. I do hope it goes well. It didn't go well. After 3 rings, Komari-san answered. Hello! Komari-san. Oh, Riki-kun, what's up? Well, it's about Sasagawa-san. Sachan? Yes, and I really need you to take what I'm about to say seriously. Sure, I don't really understand, but if you need me to, I will. I know you already mentioned this yesterday, but Sasagawa-san has turned into a cat. Well, technically, it only happens when she leaves my room, or is under the effect of some other unknown condition. Where? This is for real. It's not a joke or a lie. I don't quite understand, but you're that serious, that must be true. Komari-san, do you believe me? I do. I believe whatever you say when you sound that serious. And besides, I know you wouldn't make something like that up without a reason. Komari-san. I was moved by her words. I felt like she would always be on my side regardless of the situation. Thank you. No problem. So can you come to my room right now? Yeah, okay, I'll be right over. She hung up the phone. Komari-san believes us. I see. Well, she is simply like that. What she said was a bit condescending, but her face showed a hint of happiness. Before long, there was a knock on the door. Riki-kun, Sachan. Here she comes. It's open, Komari-san. Alright. Creak. Pop. He turned into a cat as soon as the door opened. Where's Sachan? Oh no, it didn't work out. Sasagawa-san tried to get through to Komari-san several times. Kamakita-san, it is I. Don't understand her, do you? I'm sorry, I can only hear meowing. How can this be? Dejected, she slept down on all fours. Oh, she was a cat. I see, what a bummer. But it's Sachan, isn't it? Yes, it is. Here's a pop quiz. What? There's a drink that you can only buy from a vending machine near the station that Sachan buys all the time. How many bottles of it does she buy at a time? Had a great idea. I think Sasagawa-san a question that only she could answer to determine if it really was her. 3. Sasagawa-san tapped Komari-san on the knee 3 times. Oh wow, that's correct! So it is you, Sachan. Kamakita-san, I never felt the depth of our friendship more strongly than right now. Riki, couldn't you understand what she's saying? Yeah, she just said she truly feeling depth of your friendship right now. No worries, I'll always be your friend no matter what you turn into, Sachan. Kamakita-san. What a beautiful friendship. We'd like you to give us a hand. We need to figure out what caused this and how to undo it and who the perpetrator is. but we don't really know how much about any of that. Of course I'll help. Alright, next! I brought something with me. He took out a stalk of bristlegrass. There. Shake, shake, shake. What's that for? You told me she turned into a cat, so I thought she would really like this. An angry vein seemed to pop out of Sasasagawa-san's forehead. How would I like that? Indeed, instead of that, I would like you to bring some fancy Mon Petite for her. Did you forget about Mon Petite already? For crying out loud, what kind of fools are you two? Yeah, I'm so sorry. She scolded both of us. Well, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Good grief, I no longer care. So what should we do now? Well, I'm gonna bring Komari-san up to date on what's going on. Well, as anything we think might be right. Stupid rain's going through the window again. Okay, got it. When I finished, Komari-san had a serious expression on her face. The same as back then. I want you to tell us anything you know about it. Honestly, I don't remember much about that world. The others probably don't either. Hang on, guys, I gotta lower my mic real quick. 25. Raising the volume and lowering the volume at random times. The others probably don't either. Wait. Okay. Are you sure? I can't remember some things, but there are a lot of things I cannot. I see. I'd assume that since she's been one of the creators, she might know something. I didn't, but it seems I was mistaken. But I think Kyosuke-san might still remember a lot more stuff. Yeah, I feel the same. Why don't you go ask him already? I wonder if I can reach him by phone. What are you going to do? Forgot that Komari-san needed translation. She suggested that I should call him. Yeah, let's do that. I took out my cell and called him. Number you dialed is temporarily not in. Damn it, I can't get through. Me either. This happens from time to time when he's on a trip. In most cases, he's simply out of the service area. Kyosuke-san might not be here. If you can't reach someone by phone, that could mean they're not here. You mean not in this world? Yes, that means we can't rely on Kyosuke after all. Felt insecure without our #1 partner here. I'm sure it will be okay though. I'll tell the other members about this and ask them for help. Help with what? Suddenly feel horribly uneasy. Yep, Sat-chan, you can totally count on me. Actually, Sasagawa-san just said something negative about that. Alright, I'm heading back to the girls' dorm. Almost time for dinner. Oh, it's already that time. What about Sat-chan? I do wish I could go with you. Seems you can only return to normal in here. I see. To be honest, it is utterly dreadful being stuck as a cat for so long. It's just she feels uncomfortable when she's a cat. Alright then, I'll contact you later. Thanks for everything. No problem. She was gone. Can we really count on her? Hard to say, but she might be able to help us understand things I don't know. Just like a little bit ago. Beyond that, don't you think having her around brightens the mood? Well, she does seem to make those around her happy-go-lucky. Yeah, harsh evaluation again. Still, it's better to have more supporters. That I do not deny. Pop. Ah! At last! By the way, there's one thing I figured out today. What is it? You turned into a cat just as Komari-san came in, right? Yes! You were saying it happens with people other than that muscle guy? Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Whenever someone sees or talks to you, I think it's another trigger that turns you into a cat. In addition to that, do you think we can safely say that I can only change back into a human in this room? You sure? Nothing changed while I was wandering around until I met you after school? You mean as a cat? What else would it be? I see. In that case, I think we've come to understand most of the rules. Such troublesome rules. We had finally learned the rules. What we had to think about next was why those rules had been established. Rules are established to prevent some kind of wrongdoing. Therefore, the rules governing her transformation should reflect the intentions of the one who made the rules, Sasagawa-san. What? Well, you use Kamari-san for Kamakita-san, yet you use my family name for me. Yeah, but that's what I've been doing all along. That is true. Why would I care about such a triviality? Would you like me to use Sasami-san? What? But please do not act so friendly with me. Not keep using what I've been using. It's hard to keep up with. Back to what you were saying. Oh yeah. I was wondering if you have any idea why those rules would have been created. A tough question. At the very least, I cannot communicate with anyone other than you. So would that not mean it is inconvenient for the one who has made the rules? We allowed contradictions? Why only me? How should I know? Suppose Sasagawa-san knew something the whole world's creator wanted to prevent her from telling anybody, but she could only tell me. Technically, she can still communicate with anybody using me as a medium. In other words, that line of reasoning had to be wrong. Maybe you have something you need to talk to me about. Talk to you about? Like what? I can't say yet. Come to think of it, isn't it weird that you can only turn back into a human when you're in my room? Can't imagine there's anything special in here. Could it be because you are here? No, but Now wait a minute. Too many of the important details seem to be centered around me. The biggest suspects are always those most involved in the case. In other words, Sasagawa-san, I could be the culprit. Are you a moron? But I was dead serious about it. In that case, would you mind returning me to normal already? What if I'm doing it unconsciously? For what purpose? I had no motive. As you have no reason, you are not the culprit, since I know you are not the type of person who would do something like this. What makes you say that? What I figured out from observing you and your actions for the past few days. Ah, so you trust me. Thank you. Trust is a little too strong a word. All I'm saying is that I do not believe you are audacious enough to do this to me. Well, I'm not. Still, the stupid things you say once in a while do make me feel insecure. But still, you know, Mon Petit is for cats. You need some help erasing the name of Mon Petit from your brain, and therefore you are not the cause. Okay, absolutely right. There's no point in rushing to a decision. And to be honest, I still lacked enough evidence. Just when I thought that, there's someone walking down the hallway. Ah, Masato's back. What? You know I will turn into a cat if we let him in. We have no good excuse to not let him in. Hey, I'm back. Oh! Not like we have any other choice. Get in my bed. Pop. It was too late. What are you doing? Well, nothing. I was still talking. Her voice made him tremble. Hold on, there's something in there. It just meow. It did, didn't it? Hold on a second. Masato, I told you last night, didn't I? It's Sasagawa-san. Last night. Wah! Looks like you recall last night's trauma quite vividly. What is with this muscle man? Well, I'll explain it to him when he calms down. Sasagawa-san, keep yourself hidden for a bit longer. If he sees you, he'll probably pass out. How insulting. Sorry, I lost my cool. I'm sorry too. No worries. So I remember what you told me last night. Yeah, she's probably gonna have to stay here a little longer. Wait a sec. Doesn't that mean I'm gonna have to live in the fear of that black shadow forever? I'll be too scared to even glance at a shadow. What if she suddenly multiplies? Not only that, if she flies toward me, ow. It's too scary to even imagine. Am I supposed to be a cockroach or something? It came out. Why do I have to shrink back like a girl who saw a cockroach might? I can't help it, I'm scared. I don't have to turn it into a dance either. But this really isn't working. Good timing. Did you tell that muscle man to leave this room? Ricky, I can't live here like this. What am I supposed to do? If I were to relay her exact words, I'm sure it would hurt him. Please wait a moment, Sasagawa-san. Sure. Mind if I use this paper and pen, by the way? Go ahead. She has several good reasons to stay here, so making Masato leave might be inevitable. However, telling Masato to go away, I just can't do that. I've been rooming with Masato since I started here. And again, she can only return to her human form in here. Must be mentally taxing to be a cat for so long. Jeez, what should I do? Just can't tell them point blank. Is there a way to both of them can live here? Setting up a partition, or... Hey, Sasasu. Not that I failed to pronounce her name, I just was too surprised to finish. Despite being a black cat at the time, Sasagawa-san was holding up a paper on it with something written on it, and it said, "Get out of here, muscle." Angry. It was a... what? 155 km/h straight ball. Whoa, the black cat's so scary. Be quiet, you muscle man. It is shameless enough for you to have humiliated me over and over. Cannot even stand sharing the same air as you. I can't take any more of this, Ricky. Please make her go away. Our peaceful coexistence was but a dream. Attempt to make the patch up their strained relationship. Even if only a little, the three of us talked it over. However, Masato, or Ricky, there's no other option. Sure, it won't be for long. So I need you to... Enough, I get it. Just don't want to hear it from your mouth. Between the muscle and the black cat, you chose the latter. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna live the rest of my life as Poopy Colin Masato, looking for coins left in vending machines. If you ever run into me somewhere, sure to cheerfully greet me with a "Hello, Poopy Colin." This was bad. Self-esteem was falling to the level of garbage. Hold on, I didn't mean it like that. Even I am starting to feel sorry for him. By the way, the relationship between you two is disgustingly close. Yeah, actually, sometimes I find it gross myself. It's fine by me. As the muscle here, I'll be back off and do the right thing. I'm so sorry. I'm sure it won't be for long. Okay. Face showed how depressed he was. Felt almost like we were at a funeral. Cheer up, Masato. Well, that's right. You got those muscles. Aren't they just for show? Look, why don't you laugh it off with them? Can we play with muscles together again? Sure. Why not? Anytime. Say muscle. Ricky. What the hell? Just for a bit. Muscle, goodbye. Yeah, I'll muscle welcome you when you get back. You're awesome, Ricky. Yahoo! Ricky rocks. Muscle rocks. This is moronic. Phew. I think we got a little too excited. We finally calmed down after a bout of muscle fever. Sasagawa-san had been sitting with her back to us. So to shelter the kitty, I have to stay somewhere else for a little while. Right, sorry. It's fine. Now that we've confirmed the strength of our friendship, small separation like this won't be enough to weaken it. Even if we lose something important, we can find it again. He was such a good guy. Great guy. Pretended to forget he was partially because he was afraid of cats. So Masato, can you stay in Kyosuke or Kingo's room? Kyosuke isn't here, so Kengo is the only option. Hang on. I'll have to ask him to put me up because I'm scared of the kitty? If you don't mind telling him the truth, then yeah. Crap, if I do that, you'll definitely make fun of me again. Mickey, make up something good for me. Even if you ask me. I don't want to show him any weakness. He's my rival after all. For God's sake. Well, hard to come up with a good idea on the spot. How about trying to fool him with something like, I'm actually your roommate? Oh, can't believe I just said that. Oh, guess that will work. It will? I'll pretend to be his roommate, right? Then if I'm staying with him and as his roommate, not as myself, it won't be a problem. Isn't that perfect? Well, I think you misunderstood somewhat. Alright then, I'm gonna go pretend to be his roommate now. Left for Kengo's room. I think this strategy is full of flaws. Stupidity knows no bounds. Out of a sense of anxiety, I followed Masato. Are we going to visit Miyazawa-sama? Yeah, speaking of him, we still haven't confirmed whether he can communicate with you. If he can, he and Masato could just exchange rooms. Living with Miyazawa-sama? I'm back. Welcome back, Miyazawa-sama. Must be tired from club activities. Here you are, a towel. Thanks. Phew. Alright, I think I'll change. Cat, you are changing here? Oh, since I took everything off, I guess I'll go hit the showers. Could you pass me a bath towel? Yeah, are you going to be walking around in only a towel? This is... oh my! She was turning her head from side to side with her hands on her cheeks. This is excellent! But... oh my, what should I do? It was hard to tell, but she seemed torn between happiness and anguish. I had to hide and absorb them. Hey, Kengo. I'm Miyazawa-kun. What's wrong with you, Masato? Your voice sounds gross. I'm not Masato. I'm your roommate. What? I may look like Masato, but I truly am your roommate. So I look forward to sharing the room from today on. Wait, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I woke up like this. I was so surprised. I woke up, looked in the mirror, and found these beautiful biceps smiling at me. And I also saw a perfect six-pack. And behold, I couldn't even move my pecs like this. Well, if that's true, that is indeed surprising enough to despair about. I look forward to sharing the room from today on. Wait, how did it come to that? Did you forget that I've always been your roommate? Well, so then assuming what you're saying is true, who are you? Eh? Your roommate. No, your name. Oh dear, you forgot your roommate's name? That's right, so I need you to tell me. Well, oh, see how my pecs move? I don't care. So I look forward to sharing this the room from today on. Wait. My name. Roommate. Is that your full name? Yep, room is my given name and mate is, someone's roommate. Oh, is my family name. Keiko is convinced. Look forward to sharing the room from today on. Wait. Listen, Masato. I'm mate. Oh, stupid rain. I'm sorry, but this is a single, so I've never had a roommate. For real? I don't know what you're after, but you should have done your research before attempting that joke. We gathered around and went over what happened. Damn it, I did just as you said, but it completely failed. Am I responsible for that? Hopelessly stupid. But you know, I want Kengo to know what's going on, so I'd like to explain it to him. Wait a minute, wait a moment, please. What? I would prefer you not tell Miyazawa-sama anything about this. But I'm sure he'd be willing to help us if he knew what was going on. I cannot show myself to Miyazawa-sama in such a miserable state, but in the first place, killing myself would be preferable to letting him know that I'm a cat. That must be her maiden's heart speaking. Maybe we'd be able to explain this to Kengo without actually mentioning her name. Being the warm-hearted person he always was, I was sure he'd be happy to help us. Masato, can you not tell Kengo anything about this? Huh? Wasn't planning to from the beginning. Not about Sasagawa-san either. Are we leaving him out of the loop? It's not like that. I also beg you not to. Hi, isn't she mad again? No, she's not mad at all. It seems like he hasn't overcome his phobia yet. Geez, why do you not just honestly tell Miyazawa-sama that you kicked this idiot out of this room? It would cause a huge misunderstanding. People would think our relationship had soured. What now? She's suggesting that we simply tell Kengo that I kicked you out. I see. Let's go with that then. You sure? But isn't that true in a sense? It's true. Huh? It's weird. Why are my eyes tearing up? There's no way Ricky would kick me out. It can't be true. His own words were bringing him down. No, that's not my intention. Don't forget we have extenuating circumstances. Yeah, I do know that. Hey, don't you worry. Anyway, I'm going. Okay. You two appear to have a difficult relationship. Well, kind of. Kengo, sorry about earlier. It's fine. What on earth is this all about? If you're doing something fun, let me in on it. Ricky. He dumped me. Wait, what is with this desperate atmosphere hanging over him? I see. He kicked you out, huh? Anyway, come in. Want something cold to drink? I've got green tea and sports drinks, though. Wow, even Kengo started treating him with compassion. Feel like things are turning out even worse for me. Worry not, I am the same. Did you think I would believe you? As long as I've known him, Ricky has never done something like that without a good reason. Must tell me what you're up to. I know you're there, Ricky. Crap. Busted. Hey, Sasagawa-san. She fled as fast as her 4 legs could carry her. What? Is there someone else with you? No. Ricky, I can't do this. Yeah, I should have known that. Sorry. Really now, just put an end to this terrible prank already. If we stop being friends, I would be upset too. Right, yeah. We're going to have to tell him the truth, Masato. I don't wanna let any more people know that I'm scared of cats. That make me look pathetic. Stretch. Oh, fudge. I see, so there's a cat in your room. You're that scared of it? Whoa, I just admitted how pathetic I am. Yeah, you could say that. This here also is kind of going on a bit too long for my taste. Just send Masato to a room and let's get on with this. Masato, you really should stop trying to hide it and overcome it instead. But it's so scary. The other night it spun around in the air and kicked me in the face. Well, Masato's having a tough time. So please don't be too hard on him. But quiet the cat. For Sasagawa-san's sake, I should try to avoid mentioning her name. The cat's in big trouble, and there are extenuating circumstances preventing her from leaving my room too often. I don't really get it, but is there something I can do for her? I'm ready to do anything to help. Well, sorry, I can't give you any more details. It's complicated. Seems pretty complicated. However, I feel kind of bad since it'd be like I'm left out of the loop. Could it be that I am being left out of the loop? No, you're not. That's sad enough to start crying. Masato put his hands on Kengo's shoulder and shook his head. That's right, even you got kicked out. Ku, I'm not crying. My eyes are just stinging from some sushi wasabi. Wonder where that sushi came from. I couldn't help but feel terrible for what I was doing to them. I'm so sorry. I'll be sure to come to you as soon as I need your help. Yeah, if that time comes, let me know. Please take good care of Masato. Well, let's get along, the two of us. Right, it might be fun to be alone with you once in a while. Yeah, this is getting fun. Agreed. It wouldn't be too bad spending time with just my rival. Oh yeah. I came up with a new game called Warp Speed Old Maid. Wanna play it? Whoa, that does sound fun, doesn't it? Alright, let's battle through our sweat and play until morning. That's what I'm talking about. These two guys should be okay on their own. Hey, before that, it's dinner time, Ricky. Let's go eat. Oh, it's already that time. I was worried about Sasagawa-san, who had run away earlier. Sorry, go on ahead. I'll see you there. Okay, come as quickly as you can. Turn away from Kengo, who was in quite a merry mood, and started looking for her. She ought to be back in my room. Oh, you're human now. Ooh, why would I have to flee from Miyazawa-sama? She was in deep despair. That's just how things are for now. But hey, cats are adorable, you know. Kengo likes them too. The cat is not my real self. It will not bring me happiness if he calls me cute when I'm a cat. But he was holding a cat in his arms this morning and petting its chin. In his arms, being pet. Thud. She fainted from just imagining it. Oh my god, Sasagawa-san. She had zero immunity to that sort of stuff. Sasagawa-san, you alright? I tapped her on the cheek a couple of times. Ha! Thank God. You didn't hit your head, did you? What? Why are you touching me? Oh, sorry. I drew back from her. Good grief, I cannot believe you. Well, I was just worried about her. By the way, I am hungry. Oops. What's the matter? How will we get you dinner? Of course, you go to the cafeteria and who will bring their food here? It's going to look weird if I do it. That leaves us one choice. You go to the cafeteria as a cat and I'll feed you mun. You glare daggers at me. Actually, I've got something here you can eat. What is it? Well, this. I took a cup ramen down from the shelf. It seemed too enthusiastic. I got it. I'll bring my dinner here and we'll share it. No, that's not necessary. No worries. I'll get a large helping of rice, so I'm sure it'll be enough for both of us. Alright, I'm going then. Ah! I came back with the tray. A rice dish without anything on the side. Why today of all days? Sasagawa-san, you want some pickles? Please. Crunch, crunch. You slipped up noodles. Ooh, I somehow feel even hungrier. Oh, want some of my oyakuden? Parent and child bowl. Chicken, sucking eggs the child. Feels like I've heard of that before somewhere. I forgot where though. I appreciate the sentiment alone. Why did I end up like this? My current diet is as disastrous as it can get for my health and beauty. The sound of her slurping noodles echoed sadly in the room. She somehow looked like the young lady of a wealthy family. Speaking of which, what made you decide to apply to this school? What a thoughtless question to ask when I'm already suffering. Well, I just thought it would be better if we changed the topic. You are a weird one. I don't think I'm as weird as you're making me out to be. Well, whatever. It was for a rather ordinary reason. The school's academic level was tolerable, and the girls' softball club was strong. I see. I imagine you could have chosen a private, prep school instead. Never mind, we're going for 3 hours today, guys. I heard many members of my family attending such schools. In fact, my sisters are currently enrolled in one. That means she's actually is from a wealthy family, doesn't it? But I wish to play softball seriously here. There were some people who disagreed, but my parents understood me. Run into other issues not long after my struggle to enroll here. What happened? The club is entirely based on a merit system, and most members resorted to almost anything to become regulars. I was made a regular in my first year, and was harassed in every way by the senior members who were jealous of my success. I see. This was quite a scary story. The worst of all was the tradition of seniors harassing the juniors. Once this current third years graduate, my reform will finally be complete. I think I may have overdone it a little, though. Ah, that must be why she is so idolized by the younger members. You are cool. I can tell you really love softball. I am not cool. As for my enrollment here, it was just me being selfish. That's totally different from me. Why did you choose this place? Since Kyosuke went here, my friends and I decided to take this school's entrance exam without a second thought. Ren had a hard time with it, but made it through. As for Masato, it was a miracle he even passed the exam. Your parents not complain? No one said anything about it. Oh my, really? Your parents seem quite laissez-faire. I have no parents. Eh? They were both killed in a car accident when I was little. Oh dear. I asked such a rude question. No, it's okay, don't worry. I have everyone here, so I'm sure I'll be alright from here on out as well. In fact, I also enrolled here to reduce the burden placed on my guardian, who had always taken care of me. Sasagawa-san? Ooh, what a touching story. The tears are just coming out on their own. I realize I must have misjudged you. No, it's no big deal. This is how I found out that she is an unexpectedly kind and honest person. We both finished eating. I'll go return the tray. Alright, I shall go out too. You sure? You'll turn into a cat again. There are a lot of things you can only do outside. Like what? Would you please not question me further? Bathroom. And thus I'm going out. As soon as she took a step outside. Pop. No matter how many times I do this, I just cannot get used to it. Be careful. I will. After seeing her off, I headed for the cafeteria. Thinking back on it, things really turned out to be strange. After I put my tray away, oh, right, decided I should buy a drink. Probably get Sasagawa-san something to drink with tomorrow's lunch too. What does she usually drink, I wonder? I know she likes black tea at least. What else should I get her? Maybe she'd like Porcari Sweat since she plays sports. That seemed to fit her the best. Decided to pick a sports drink for myself as well. I'm back. Oh, I wasn't back yet. I left the door open for her. There was something on the windowsill. What's this? Letter from Kamari-san. Brought some of Sachan's clothes. Get along with her, okay, Kamari. There was a bulging bag below the window. I was once again impressed by how thoughtful she was. Oh, what is that? Oh, you're back late. As I turned around, the feline Sasagawa-san was entering the room. A thief's calling card? No, there's been no phantom thief here. Kamari-san brought you clothes. Oh dear, I was going to text her about it. Well, she saved me the trouble. So, where should I put these? Wherever you think is good. Pop. Oh, I am back. Do you want to change right away? It can wait. I usually dress like this anyway. Oh yeah, I'll put the bag by my desk then. Wait a moment. I wish to check what is inside. Could you pass it to me? Oh, sure. Got some drinks for us. You can take whatever you want from the fridge. Oh, how thoughtful. I was thirsty anyway. Started drinking my sports drink. Oh dear. She only brought my spare uniform. And a bag of snacks and lollipops for some incomprehensible reason. That was so very like Kamari-san. And then what will you do? I have no other choice. May I borrow some of your clothes? Of course, I got t-shirts and stuff. But t-shirts would work even if they were somewhat oversized for her. Very well, I will help myself to them. You know what? We look almost like a couple living together. What? A couple living together? No, I didn't mean anything serious by it. You and me? I've changed my mind. I will not wear any of your clothes. You sure? The uniform will do. But I said it will do. She said she's so hard to please. Really are stubborn. Did you say something? Nope. Well, I didn't know that from the start. But it's not that I dislike her. I couldn't tell it when she and Rin were at each other's throats. I've come to realize it's just actually a very kind girl. What is the matter? Nothing. You are quite the weird one. Am I? Indeed you are. Few people would help others out like you do. You think so? I do. I regret having to impose on you, but I trust myself in your care. Likewise, bow to each other. Is this leading up to marriage? She stared at me in silence. A weird symbol appeared on her head. No, it just popped into my mind. Didn't mean anything by it. She was so scary. I know I should not say this when you have been taking such good care of me. She pinched my cheeks. The reason I'm living here with you is because I have no other option. Please make no mistake of that. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, hoi, ho. Tried to say I knew that. As long as you understand. She shot a sideways glance at me, humped at me, and returned to her spot. That's basically who she is. Not that there was anything I could do about it. After sorting out her stuff, she started stretching. She started stretching. Moves were classical, and she was performing them with deceptive ease. Forever faded to help my roommate do sit-ups. 1, 2. She was rhythmically lifting her upper body. For some reason, is something the matter? No, nothing. My heart was beating fast. 29, 30. Phew! She stopped at 30. Compared to Masato, that number felt strikingly low. I will do another set after a short interval. Okay. By the way, Sasagawa-san. What? I couldn't help notice that your underwear is almost visible when you do sit-ups. Wham. She headbutted me with the full momentum of a sit-up. It is only a problem if you're looking at them. I just couldn't help it. Wow, Ricky. She left the room after finishing her exercises. About 30 minutes passed. What could she be doing? If it was the bathroom, she should be back already. Something might have happened to her. I better go look for her. As I got to my feet, scratch, scratch. Oh, it's scratching at the door. We'll come back. Did something happen? No, it was no big deal. What happened? I took a shower. Ah! Wondered if showering as a cat even made any sense. We'll change when I return to human, so would you please wait in the hallway? Please? Sure, got it. Like that, the evening went on. I think I shall take to bed. Okay, so will I. Both got into our bunks. Good night. Good night. So can I get used to this? Eh? No, obviously I never will. Yeah, well, I hardly had gotten used to this either. Since she was a cat the previous night, it never really crossed my mind. But that night she was human, and that made me somewhat restless. Why a black cat of all cats? Ah, that. What? Well, what do you mean by of all cats? That's your probing. Black cats, I particularly dislike them, because they remind me of something. Would you turn off the light? Oh, sure. Phew, another day is over. Yeah, but today's better since I can at least sleep it as myself. Let me ask something. What is it? What is it like being a cat? It is rather hard to describe. At the very least, it is not very comfortable. That is to be expected. It feels like your own body is no longer your own. And on top of that, the longer I stay a cat, the more it feels like I really am becoming a cat. Since I have someone to talk to and can return to being human here, I've been able to cope with it. But had I not, do not wish to even think about it. I know. And having you around really is a lifesaver. I don't think that I'm being all that helpful. Just being here is enough. Ah, right. You're as blunt as always. Would be even better if you were Miyazawa-sama. On second thought, it would not. Ah ha ha. She must not have wanted him to see her as a cat. Speaking of Kengo, aren't you always following him around? No, following him around definitely wasn't a good choice of words. Following him, I could sense the flames of rage licking me. I apologize, I should have phrased it better. Decided to start over. You're stalking him. That's even worse. Wah, but I couldn't think of any other way to put it. Would you work a little harder on your vocabulary? I'll do my best. So what made you fall for him? What made me? It's because, go on, long ago, he helped me out of his own volition, even though I was a total stranger to him. He looked so manly back then, and I have admired him ever since. That's just like him. What exactly did he help you with? He went through a great personal peril to return something important I had lost. Hold on, why am I telling you this? Well, I just wanted to know. Please do not make me embarrass myself any more than I have to. I'm sorry. Decided to change the subject. But why a cat? Sasami-san, Sasagawa-san, do you have any idea? Geez, are we not supposed to be to sleep now? Oh yeah. I wanted to have a serious discussion, but well, I can wait. How much time had passed by? All that time they had been looking for a place to belong. They had seen many lives come into the world, and many lives end. It was a miracle they were even here, and not yet that someone had not yet told anyone anything. Look, the world really never turns the way you wish. That's all. That's all there is to it, but... Shake, shake. Someone was shaking my body. Masato, is that you? It is time. Wake up already. It was Sasagawa-san. Morning. Yawn. You should take your time waking up. Is it that late already? I checked the clock. It was a little earlier than I usually woke up. We'll have plenty of time. Oh, is that so? Well, it's fine either way. After she got down off of the ladder, I climbed down too. What's the plan for today? More of the same. I still cannot go to school. Right, let's meet up during lunch again. Until then, we're on our own. Okay. Alright, then I'm off to school. I started changing. Yeah! Excuse me, how do you do that in front of a lady? Eh? You really do lack delicacy. Sorry. I seem to keep apologizing to her. I decided to leave for the cafeteria after finishing my morning preparations. Sasagawa-san was, of course, going to stay in my room. I'm leaving. Wait a minute, you have bed hair. Eh? I felt my hair. I don't mind. You should mind. Come here and lower your head. She combed my hair back. Her face was so close to mine. Talk about delicacy. She didn't have a shred of it either. Refuses to stay down. I told you it's fine. No, it's not. Seeing poorly groomed people irritates me. Changing strategy, she took out a bottle of hairspray. This will fix it. Puff puff. Oh, sprayed my head without warning. And she combed my hair again. Oh, that really did fix it. My hair is a little flat right now, but once it dries, you can fix it by hand. Well then, have a good day at school. Yeah, thanks. I was annoyed by the most unexpected things. Breakfast. Morning. Yeah, morning. You're early today. You guys are late. I see. I seem to have arrived later than usual due to that event with my hair. Morning. Boy, I'm late. Early morning practice? Yeah. By the way, where's Masato? Did something happen to him? He should have been staying in Kengo's room as of last night. I'm sure that guy's fine. Right. Then it's fine. After saying that, he bit into his rice ball. What? Oh my gosh. Look, there are 2 pickled plums in this rice ball. What? Well, that's rare. I got 2 plums in 1 rice ball. I feel that today is going to be the best day ever. Yahoo! I'm impressed that just 2 tiny pickled plums can make you feel like that. Sure, the current Kengo would definitely feel the same even from finding a 10-yen coin on the ground. Ricky, give me your plum. Well, I don't think it has much meaning if you're getting help from others. She appeared to be jealous of him. He arrived in her classroom. Oh, here they come. Morning. Morning, everyone. Morning. I sat at my desk. What's wrong? Komari-chan's not here. Now that you mention it, she's not. Wonder if she slept in or something. Friend looked worried. Well, there's still some time left until the first lesson. Right! The first lesson ended. Decided to spend every break I had today exploring. Went into the hallway and started looking for anything suspicious. Though I had no definite ideas, I thought I might be able to find a frayed part of this world. Would have been helpful to have Komari-san with me, but she ended up being absent. Darn. Yeah, what was this uneasy feeling I had? Nothing found. My first break ended fruitlessly. Then came the second break. I went up to the rooftop, but nothing up there was out of place. Just ended up, something. The third break. Ended up walking around. Third break. I went outside, but nothing there had changed. Wait, realized that I haven't checked out behind the school building yet. That was where that black cat had made its home. Headed that way. Huh? Shouldn't have been that far. Wasn't this the backyard? How did I end up here? I can't get there? Why not? I gave it another try. But the result was the same. It was like there was some force pushing me back or twisting the directions I was heading. What's happening? Must have been a frayed part of this world. But why just behind the school building? Was there something there that had to be hidden? I thought this must be the reason. That someone who created this world didn't want anyone in there. Why did they choose something so obvious? There should be a more cunning way to keep people out. Creating such a bizarre obstacle did nothing more than point out that there's something there. Something was bugging me. I've been thinking that, like, this was more or less the same as that world. However, it was like there was a definite difference. Didn't know exactly how they were different. Still, I had the feeling that the difference lay at the heart of the entire matter. Lunch break. Alright, needed to get back to my room. Not only to bring her lunch, but also to consult with her. Brought sandwiches at the school store. Didn't buy any drinks this time since there were still some in the fridge from yesterday. Nothing smelled good. Whoa. Hum-de-hum. She's making stuff. Oh, there we go. I can scroll out. See? Ain't that cool? Hum-de-hum. She was humming to the sound of the frying pan she was stirring. Just what was she doing? And that apron. Just what on earth? Oh, welcome back. Yeah. Didn't know what to say. Looks like you're having fun. Oh, does it? Here, would this be a good thumbnail, guys? Right here. It does. I have almost finished cooking our lunch, so could you wait a minute, please? Sure. There were bowls set on the table together with the pot from the rice cooker, using our portable gas stove. I looked at her apron and once more. What in the world had made her wear that? La la la! She poured some liquid flavoring into the wok, singing merrily to herself. In the next breath, a flame puffed up from the pan. Oh! She appeared to be having a super fun time. I had a nearly undeniable urge to ask her when she was so excited with why she was wearing the apron, and to top it all off, what the heck she was doing. Simply put, I had a ton of questions for her. I took stock of the scene, pick up stir-frying their wok. I guess I should just let her do her thing since she seemed to be having such a great time with it, to it, something, it. There, I am done. Shortly thereafter, there was cooked rice, green pepper, steak, tomato, and lettuce salad, and pickled vegetables served on the table. By the way, since the only ventilation in the room was the open window, the smell of cooking still lingered strongly in the air. Open the window a bit, maybe. Not that it bothered me. Okay, let's dig in. Let us eat. Munch munch. Oh, how do you like it? It's great. I didn't normally like the taste of pepper much, but the pepper steak she made tasted heavenly. The exquisite combination of meat and thinly sliced pepper. Despite the firm texture, it was easy to chew. This pepper steak is perfect. You may praise my work to your heart's content. I cooked a lot, so help yourself to ample seconds. I will. Munch munch. Oh, this is tasty as well. Oh, really? Munch munch. Wait, why am I being so docile? Ooh, I was trying to avoid the question, but here you go and ask it yourself. You could have just asked. Oh, you know, you seem to be having so much fun. Yes, indeed that I was. But when I ate the dish and I thought, oh, how delicious to myself, I suddenly started feeling so miserable. Ooh, how did it end up like this? It's important to keep yourself entertained, even at times like this. You're too strung up, you'll stumble and fail at even things you'd otherwise succeed at. Besides, it's easy to feel relaxed when we're living sort of like a newlywed couple. Who are you calling a newlywed couple? She pinched my cheeks hard. Oh, alright, sorry. But I had just given my honest impression. Either way, the food was delicious. Where did you get the ingredients? I borrowed them from the cafeteria. Ah, must have been hard work for a cat. Just like a cat. What? Never mind. So, what now? Well, I couldn't decide if it was safe to ask her about her apron or not. I had no idea how to react to it. Should I compliment it by saying something like, that sure is fancy? No. Maybe my eyes were simply playing tricks on me, and the apron was in reality completely ordinary. Rub my eyes. Shoot, it was still the same. What is wrong with you? Well, I gathered the nerve to ask. The apron you're wearing. Ah, I found it here, so I borrowed it. She found it here? Cats are marching, Nyan Nyan. Hear Rin's voice in my head for a moment. Rin brought it here? But that apron. What is it already? I did to praise it. Looks elegant. No, I would call it pretty. Oh, I see. Seems she did realize what she was wearing. Decided not to ask any further about the design. But Sasagawa-san, you hate cats, don't you? Yes, but this one does not run away. She carried a pinch of salad to her mouth. Something was still bothering me. It's probably something I knew I needed to ask her. Well, it's fine. For some reason, she looked as just adorable having fun like this. If she could make a face like that, I wouldn't mind seeing it more. I suddenly noticed something seemed off. Is something the matter? No. My heart was beating differently. You seem restless. It's your imagination. Wow, this is tasty. Well, that is only natural. Wham! Ricky! The door flew open without warning and Rin strode in. Pop. Yeah! What? Are you okay? Then she was about to bite into her pepper steak. It fell on her face as she transformed. There's no time to be enjoying your lunch. Why are you upset? Komari-chan disappeared. She's in her dorm room. Hold on, can you explain? Just come with me. She seized my arm. Hey, wait. She forcefully dragged me outside. Left Sasagawa-san back there. Hurry, you're slow. Oh, right. I gave up and decided to do what she wanted. But what did she mean by Komari-san having disappeared? Just like Rin had said earlier, there was no one in Komari-san's dorm room. If she really were taking a day off from school, she should have been resting here. I was worried, so I came to see how she was doing. And she wasn't here. Did you call her? Can't get through. Oh, what was happening? Rin. What? Haven't had an opportunity until now, so I should tell you what's going on. Sasagawa-san would object to getting Rin involved in this, but I had no other choice. I told Rin everything I knew without mentioning Sasagawa-san. What? That's all I can tell you. I don't know who exists in this world at the moment. What? What's going on here? Not sure yet, but the one thing I do know for sure is that someone created this world, and it's neither you nor me. You've been caught in this place that somebody made? I think so. Something came to mind. I've got a couple of questions for you. Think you have, how do I put it, authority over this world, Rin? What do you mean? Like Kyosuke or Kengo? I don't get it. Well, I discovered that we can't get to the path that leads behind the school building right now. You capable of opening it? I can't do something like that. How can I do it if I don't even know how it got closed? Right, of course I can't either. If it's a rule that somebody set, then that somebody, the master or master, should be able to change it. We can't do it, and therefore neither of us are the master. We're truly in the same situation as before. Those who are not one of the world's masters wouldn't be able to do anything. Naturally, Komari-san isn't one of them either, because the world wouldn't be able to maintain itself if it loses any of them. But I think she was simply ejected from here. You're amazing. What do you mean? You look like a great detective. Why, thank you for the praise. I was in top form at the moment. It's probably because I've been able to properly organize what I knew so far. But if we assume Komari-chan made it out, what are we supposed to do about that? Not sure, but I guess it depends on the creator. They were being malicious when they created it. Something might happen to us. Like what? For instance, when I thought about it, a chill went down my spine. We might be trapped here forever. Shoot, I might have just put her on edge. I'm sure everything is going to be alright. If they're evil, you can just beat them up, Ricky. What, did I say something funny? No, you're absolutely right. That's right. We are the Little Busters, and the Little Busters is a team which preserves justice and punishes evil. But I also feel like they're not the bad guys. They're not bad guys. How so? I just do. If this world also has been made with someone's wish, it was hard for me to believe that such a strong wish would be made as a joker out of spite. Or rather, it was just that I personally wanted it to be that way. Speaking of which, did you think of something? Where's Masato? Now that you mention him, I haven't seen him since last night. He's gone too? Wouldn't I have noticed? And I haven't seen Kuragaya either. Ishizono-san, was she in the classroom? I don't think so. Ah, felt dizzy for a moment. Why didn't I notice that? I feel like I've experienced this before. Notice it when you notice it. What do you mean? You just take it for granted. No matter how weird it is, you take it for granted. Just like how I didn't notice that Masato wasn't there this morning. Even if there's something unusual, you just don't pay attention to it. What is this? I've had this feeling before. When was it? I can't remember, as if my memory of it was shrouded in a thick fog. That I was sure that it was something that I experienced in a world just like this one. Perhaps it was the property of the world itself. Guess we're in trouble. Well, I'm sure we'll be fine. You're taking this so well, Rin. Yep. Why's that? Because you're a great detective. After splitting up with Rin, I headed back to the boar's dorm. Great detective, huh? That was obvious a role someone like Kyosuke or Kuragaya-san could play. Wondered if I could do it myself, but there was no use questioning my role. I must simply fulfill it. Thought I was doing well in putting my idea together, and steadily drawing closer to the core of the incident. Was allowed to feel confident in myself. Yep, I should motivate myself even more. Alright, the world really was making me positive. I'm back. I was lost for words. The top of her nose was slightly red. Must have been burned earlier. I was wondering if you were angry. I am not. Not in the least. I knew she was lying. In the end, whatever happens, Rin Natsume and I are fated to cross each other. You know... Actually, she had just given me a lot of information. So what happened? Well, looks like Kamari-san has disappeared. What? I'll explain. This is like a horror movie. Yeah, although I don't think it's quite as scary. Since I wasn't completely certain yet myself, left my words vague. I cannot feel as optimistic as you. This world could have been created out of animosity, could it not? She was right, but who's on an animosity? I shall return the question right back to you. Even in my theory, it was still unclear who the culprit was. A wish strong enough to create this world. Yeah, I was getting overconfident. Thanks to her opinion, I was starting to lose the conviction I'd had in my theory. Was it not you, yourself, who said we should not jump to conclusions? Yeah, I did say that. The road to becoming a great detective was long and thorny. Ricky! Oh, pop. Oh. Out of the blue, Rin stormed into the room and Sasagawa-san turned into a cat once again. Not again! What's wrong? Well, Rin Natsume, I will finish you right here, right now. Hey, wait. Put my arms around her body to stop her. Whoosha! Geez, not this one again. So, what brings you here? In all seriousness? Hey, get off of me. Rin, make it brief. What? I'm here to have a serious conversation. Well, anyway, I brought you something of Kamari-chan's. What's that? It's a picture book. When she showed it to me, I realized a lot of things. I can help you out, too. Kamari-san's picture book. I'm leaving. Yeah, that... Hey. Stop right there, you fiend. Oh, she hates me that much. That hurts my confidence. Mumble, mumble. She left. You... Would you let me go? Would you let go of me? No, unless you promise me you won't go after her and fight. I cannot make such a promise. Your claws, they're hurting me. Shouldn't pick a fight at the time like this, or things will get even more complicated. I care not. There's nothing wrong with challenging someone's rival to a fight. That's just, you wanting to take out your anger on her. Okay, we're good. For God's sake, would you let me go? Let me go already. Pop. Squeeze. Uh-oh. She turned back into a human. Well, I think the situation I was in with me down on my knees embracing her was honestly very bad. Sorry. I got off of her immediately. I was worried that she might pounce on me yet again. Sasagawa-san? Sasagawa-san? What is it? I'm sorry. Oh, I mean, but please be careful not to let this happen again, alright? She turned her face away from me. Thank God, she wasn't as mad as I expected. We heard the bell signaling the imminent end of lunch break. I have to head back. Sorry, I'll see you after school. Okay. Phew! I let out a deep breath when I got out into the hallway. So many things had been happening that I had little time to rest these days. After school, you took your time. Sorry, I got back here as quickly as I could. We were both feeling awkward because of what happened earlier. Well, it is fine. Okay. So that's Komari-san's picture book there that Rin brought here. I was looking at it, but I did not figure anything out. Took a look at the first page. Ah! I'd read this once before. The difference was that the story was now complete. The girl becomes good friends with the dwarves. The boy works hard and helps free each dwarf of their worries. Once their problems are gone, they leave the forest one by one. It was a miniature representation of what happened back in that world. I didn't know what she was thinking when she wrote it, but I was pretty certain it was based off our experiences in that world. The dwarves leave the forest when their problems are gone. Switch it around, when they leave, they no longer have anything to worry about. The forest is a world built upon thoughts, and the world is one where one's wishes comes true. This really is an amazing hint. I might have figured out how to get out of here. Are you serious? There's no point in just knowing that, though. Never mind that. Would you tell me? Sure. If this world had been created by someone's thoughts or wish, we only need to make it come true. There must be something that we can do. We're getting special treatment because they want us to do it. I have no clue what they might be wishing for, though. So when all is said and done, we cannot grant their wish unless we find and ask them. Right. So I think we at least have a guideline now. Must be hints about it laying around here. Take that unreachable place, for instance. Sure, we'll find something if we make it there. Okay, let's get going. To where? Went out the door. Pop! To explore that place. Where else? Transformed into a cat and started down the hall gallantly. Ah, okay. Found your ability to jump into action at times like that reassuring. Following behind the black cat that was Sasagawa-san, I headed out behind the school building. Alright, shall we? Yeah. Got the same result each time, like being pushed back or twisted away. We ended up bumping into something like an invisible wall. Really cannot get there. I see. I thought that you might be able to make it through. Are there any other places like this? Not sure. It's the only one I found. How do we check other places? Alright. We split up and searched for different areas. Decided to take the areas that I hadn't visited during my breaks, because I thought that even if I revisited places I'd been, I subconsciously wouldn't be able to pay close enough attention. It would be better to leave them to Sasagawa-san. First around the dorms, then the tennis courts and sports grounds, and lastly our club room just in case. There's nothing anywhere. Ended up finding no clues nor any areas like the one behind the school building. Suppose that meant the place where the incinerator sat was special. Wonder if I overlooked anything. I should have been attentive enough to notice if there was anything weird somewhere. Headed to where we agreed to meet. Sasagawa-san wasn't there yet. I guess I'll get tea or something. Just as I started walking, my phone rang. Who could it be? Check the number on the display. This was a meaningless series of symbols. What is this? Hesitated to answer, but then I cleared my head. Headed that it had to be a clue. It could be the master of this world. After a deep breath, I pushed the button to answer. Hello? Noise? Hello? Who's this? Hung up without saying anything. What on earth just happened? Guess that you could say, someone trying to contact me? But they didn't succeed. Who in the world was it? But what suddenly caught my eyes? Huh? Lennon. I quickly realized something. It was Kyosuke. Kyosuke! I cried out to Lennon. However, he simply looked at me and let out a thin meow, and he started walking away from me. Kyosuke must have sent him here. Is he trying to tell me something through the cat? But why like this? Followed after Lennon. I arrived at the school gate. Suddenly my vision went black. What? I can't believe it. This wasn't supposed to happen again. I was falling asleep. That couldn't be happening. But it was. Just like that time I saw somebody else's dream, but yet somehow different. Hear noises. I could hear them within my dream. It was a familiar voice mixed in with the noise. It was a voice I could never mistake for anyone else. Ricky, answer me. Kyosuke? Yeah, it's me. Why was it? Hearing his voice made me feel so relieved. Kyosuke, where are you right now? That's what I want to ask you, Ricky. What in the world is happening? I don't know exactly either, but I'm guessing I'm in a world that was made by someone, made by its master. I see. First off, I'll tell you how things look from over here. Okay. You guys are currently in a world identical to the one back then. No, more accurately, similar to it. That world was born from a dream somebody is having. Similar? I'll tell you one thing. It only seemed to have returned after you guys all fell asleep. And after watching your sleeping faces, I went to bed as well. Eh? That's kind of embarrassing, because I'm supposed to be asleep right now. I'm supposed to be dreaming. Nothing unusual was happening back then, which means none of us is the culprit. You've got it. What about Sasagawa-san? Sasagawa? Ah, Rin's rival. As far as I could tell, there was nothing going on in the girls' dorm either. I see. I was relieved to hear that, but I know this isn't the time to be relieved. Oh, if you're wondering about who created the world you're in, I have no clue. To begin with, we're extremely lucky to be talking like this, because it's like tuning into the correct frequency out of an infinite number of radio channels. So you're calling me from outside this world? Should be. At first I couldn't do anything either, but a hole opened before me. It's as if I was being told to give you a hand. After that, I noticed the world had lots of holes. Thought that's the same as the world I mean we saw. It's not meant to be closed to the outside world. I can't tell if it's on purpose or not, but at least we were able to talk like this because of that. I wondered what it could mean. Also, you must thank Rin and Komari. They told me you're in there. They showed up in my dream and told me. That's why we're talking now. Rin too? Yeah. Does that mean she's not in there anymore either? Hold on, I'm not sure about her. She was here until just a little while ago. Masato Nishizono-san and Kuragaya-san as well. They've gotten out of there, huh? Yeah, that's cryptic. Ricky, is there something the ones who've left have in common? Something in common? Anything, try to think. Well, I thought back. Those who left here, I told them what was going on and asked for their help or advice. Which means, could it be they learned there's something wrong with this world? They disappeared after I told them. As for Nishizono-san, she seemed to have figured something out when she saw Sasagawa-san in my room. Kuragaya-san. Well, she must have figured something out on her own. I see. In that case, the reason's evidence enough. If someone's poking around, if there's somebody to have the potential to change the world, distortion would be born. That, for instance, would make a huge hole in the world. A huge hole which is inconvenient for the master trying to keep the world going. A hole. In other words, now I know. The more people who realize what's going on, the harder it is to maintain the world. Bingo. It's not easy for one person to run a world. In that world, everything is constructed out of images that you recognize. It's a world created from imagination. If a large number of people open holes in the world, it will probably collapse in the blink of an eye. Therefore, removing them is the fastest way to prevent that. Very crude strategy, though. Yeah, I wondered. Why was the master of this world careless in so many ways? No, that's wrong. Using Kyosuke, they seem to be trying to help me. Wait, but what about me? I need you there. Why me? But if they needed me, shouldn't it at least be someone I know? If I were them, I wouldn't leave someone here who isn't involved for no reason. That makes sense. Highly possible. Besides, imagine that world's going to start deteriorating faster and faster. As I told you earlier, it's a fragile and easily pierced with holes. Fragile. Just like a walking dream. All of us in there were sharing the same dream. Perhaps we merely recognize this as a world. There's no way that something like this can happen. However, what has made it happen is someone's wish. So, Sadagut was growing louder. Kyosuke, what's going on? Damn it, I should have been more careful. I'm getting cut off. What do you mean? Ricky, you got two options. To find a way out of there and leave, or to help the world fulfill its wish. But Kyosuke, I can only hear words or noise. Did I lose him? I woke up. I knew that wasn't the right expression to use. However, I didn't know how else to describe it. I looked around. I could no longer see Lennon anywhere nearby. It seemed the channel that Kyosuke used to contact me had been cut off, which means I won't be able to contact him again. It was a real shame, since he always was the most reliable person I know. Even now, he had reasoned things out just like that in that armchair. Just like that armchair detective. You! Anyway, thanks to him, I've gained some useful information. Someone who's met me before. At least that means the culprit shouldn't be a complete stranger. Okay, in that case, I should be able to narrow it down, the list. But I think I'm relying too much on everyone else. Before long, the black cat Sasagawa-san arrived. Oh, have I kept you waiting? No, I'm okay. Something happened. You do not look very energetic. Well, I realize I can't do anything by myself. Huh? Well, Kyosuke just got in touch with me. In touch? And I figured out a lot of things. Okay, but I still fail to understand how that made you feel down. I realize that I haven't solved pretty much anything myself. You mean you have received too much help? Yes, thinking I'll never be capable of becoming a leader who can do everything. I cannot comprehend what is the problem with that. Eh? Whether it is for baseball or softball, what is important? Teamwork. What is important is teamwork. Even if a single member performs amazingly, they cannot carry the team to victory entirely on their own. Is it not applicable to this as well? Or rather, the more supporters you have, the higher you should hold your head. Is it obvious that two people are stronger than just one? The more the better. Do you not understand something that basic? She was probably right. So, would you just cheer up? Seeing as you act so gloomy makes me feel like I'm the unreliable as well. Sorry, and thanks. Before you apologize or thank me, would you tell me what you have learned? I also have things to talk to you about. Okay, let's go back to the room then. You are plenty reliable. Please man up and have more confidence. Eh? I'm saying my impression of you is higher than ever before. Good grief, you are so hopeless. He turned around and started walking. Wonder why she's mad. She's always been hard to understand. Having returned to my room, the two of us had another discussion at the table. Not that I care, but have you no decent furniture here? Are you talking about this lobby? This is not a table, it's just a cardboard box. But we've been using it for quite some time. Well, I do not mind, but I always got a stretch in this room. So in a nutshell, first regarding those who are no longer in here, right, they were forced out because they learned about your situation. Remember, that happened with Komari-san as well. And what happened to her? Nothing, I guess. It just seems that there's no longer in this world. I see. Let's out a long sigh. Must contain an equal measure of relief and loneliness. No surprise Sasagawa-san looked so happy when she was with her. And there's one other thing. There's nothing major going on outside. Nothing at all? Right. I think that means if we make it out of here, everything will return to the way it was. And there are two ways out of here. Finding a hole which leads out, or fulfilling this world's purpose. Purpose? I cannot say I understand. Well, it's what I told you before. Someone created this world because they have a wish. So to put it another way, fulfilling their wish should get us out of here. Well, in that case, the first option ought to be faster to accomplish. You got Sasagawa-san? Right. Roar. We cannot get out of here. Eh? The school gate is sealed, just like the area around this incinerator. The school gate? Really? Furthermore, the rear gate is inaccessible as well. We're trapped on school property. However, that also makes the school the only area we have to search. Still, there's absolutely nothing we can do if the master happens to be outside. In the first place, anyone I know from outside the school would do something like this. I pondered. In terms of acquaintances, the same went for Sasagawa-san. I mean, it should be someone who we both met. And if that's the case, that must be within the school grounds. I realized something. Yesterday, I suspected I myself might be the culprit. But what if it's Sasagawa-san? Not unthinkable, but me being the cause is still quite possible too. You have been silent for a while. You just share your thoughts. Well, I would to have told her that she would have definitely gotten mad again. And on top of that, it was nothing more than speculation. It would have properly just increased her confusion. You figured something out. Well, I was in deep thought. A knock on the door shattered my concentration. Someone is here. Oh, I wonder who. I'm going to turn back into a cat again. I can't just ignore the visitor, though. Visitor knocked on the door again. Sorry, who is it? Ricky, it's me. Ah, Kingo. Miyazawa-sama! I'm coming in. Wait a moment, I must hide. Quickly dove into the bed and under the covers. After that, the bulge in the sheets vanished. She must have been turned into a cat. Just how badly does she want to hide her cat self from him? Was somebody with you? Well, the cat. I see. That cat. It'd certainly be a problem if someone were to see it. Yeah. He didn't seem suspicious. Fudge, man. So, what brings you here? Ricky. Yes? Don't you feel something's out of place? What do you mean? I can't tell. I can't tell, but I have that feeling. Doesn't seem like he's realized anything yet. It'd be easy to confess the truth to him right now. I'm certain he'd be happy to help us. But if I did that, he'd soon be ejected from this world. I think it'd be better to keep it a secret from him until we really, truly need his support. I don't think so. You sure? An unsatisfied expression overtook his face as he started to ponder. Yeah, you must be overthinking it. Ricky, you're hiding something, aren't you? Eh? We know each other for quite some time, long enough that I can tell when you're acting strangely. Can you tell me? No. If I did that, I'd have to leave. I see, and I give up. Can I assume you'll tell me someday? Of course. Good, I'm relieved to hear that. Oh, how I wish I could tell him right away and get him to sleep, but I must force myself not to. I'm sorry. Phew, so it's something that's serious, huh? Let me know when you decided it's time to tell me. I'm always on your side. With that, he stood up. Kengo. I spoke to him just as he was going through the door. What? I'm sorry, and thank you. Sure. He walked out of the room. He's gone. Yeah. The two of us released heavy sighs in unison. Pop. And she turned back into a human. That does it. I'm too cramped in here. I want to get out of here already. So do I. Hiding somewhere from your friend never feels good. Which makes it worse is I can't tell him even though I really want to. He even offered me a sympathetic ear. I too want to get out of this place right away. But recall the last words that Kyosuke had given me. Didn't completely catch his words back then, but hope you can make their wish come true. Wish of whoever created this that fragile world. Felt like that was what he said to me. You know what? What is it? If it's possible, I want to take the hard way out. What? Of course, we'll look for a way out, but I also want to find out as much about why this world was created as I can. I think, thought for a moment, you should do as you please, and answered, would you be willing to support me? You are the one supporting me. If you wish to do this, I will do it too. Yeah, thanks. Evening. Hun. Just like earlier, she looked like she really enjoyed cooking. As for the ingredients, by the way, I asked the cafeteria lady for them. And she was just wearing that apron again. Sasagawa, aren't you actually really fond of cats? Did you just say something? No, nothing. I hate them. How come? Could you serve the rice, please? Oh, sure. But why do you hate them? We started dinner face to face. It was a long time ago. I had a pet kitten. It was a black cat. She continued, articulating each sentence slowly and carefully. I came across him when he was still a toothless newborn kitten. He was abandoned, left in a pile of dead leaves in the corner of the park. Found him on my way home from school. First I paid little attention and went home. I thought this mother would be soon returned to him. However, I became worried later that evening and headed back out to the park. It was still in the same spot, weak and shivering from cold. It was then that I realized that the kitten had been abandoned. I decided to be a surrogate mother and took him home to look after him. Though I knew my parents wouldn't agree easily, they had opposed having a pet several times before the black kitten. For this reason, I decided to secretly feed him in my room. Of course, that didn't last very long. Desperately tried to convince my parents, and eventually they gave me permission. After that, I had to go through many rough times. Sometimes he woke me up by starting to cry in the middle of the night. Sometimes he went looking, only to pop up from under my bed, after I had looked everywhere out for him. Also, he once peed in my clothes. Nevertheless, he grew bigger little by little. Even his gentle nibbling was starting to hurt. Started to eat baby food. After that, all kinds of food. He started to become steady on his feet. Each and every change made me happy. Did you know a newborn kitten has blue eyes? Only the fact that it has the beautiful color in of his eyes changed saddened me slightly. He never grew out of the habit of hiding. However many times I scolded him for it, he wouldn't stop going missing. Every time he did, I looked all over my house for him. A year had passed by. The family had to move. The house was so old that we decided it was time to have it torn down and live in a different city. Of course we were going to take the cat with us. However, on the day we moved, we couldn't find him anywhere. We all searched for him, worried that he might still be inside the house, but he was nowhere to be found. We had to give up and go to our new place that day. The following day, we headed back to the city. They were tearing down our old house. Looked around for him around there and every other place in the city, hoping he might have been hiding somewhere, yet I still couldn't find him. I even put up posters for a missing pet. However, I never received a single clue, and ever since then, I never saw him again. You know how long a cat can live for? Well, if I remember right, there was this pet cat which lived for 10 years in my neighborhood. That's right, house cats can live even longer. This is only something I have heard, but once house cats become strays, only 1/3 are still alive after 2 weeks. Really? 1/3. If there were 3 cats, only one of them would still be alive after 2 weeks. That's too low. Must have died somewhere. Blaming me for abandoning him? That's why I hate cats. Left a gloss over her inner gloominess, started eating her rice faster. I see. It's not that Sasagawa-san always hated cats. She had to make herself hate them. Sasagawa-san, thank you. For what? For telling me that. I only did it because you told me about yourself yesterday. With a she turned around and carried our dishes to the sink, which was just a tiny plastic tub on the wash stand. Should I thank her? No, I don't think that's quite right. We continued discussing our situation after dinner. So have you found anything new? Yeah, I'm still not quite sure, but I think I've narrowed down the master of this world. Has to be someone who's still around and whom both of us know. Needless to say, we're both included. Someone we both know? Limits the possibilities. Right, we have no way of identifying them. Anyone could be the culprit. So I didn't have any decisive information to help figure it. Guess all we can do is keep looking around. I cannot agree more. Really hope we get more clues. Although we now know how done it, we still can't figure out who done it. We were in quite the troubling situation. Either way, we must at least find a way out. Can't argue that. In that case, we should get out of here and search for it. Right now, we should not squander our time. Right, okay, let's go. Certainly. Sasagawa-san had warned I couldn't get out by going over the fence. Tried to climb over them with her in my arm, but was pushed back. Wonder if this is how the protagonist in an RPG feels. What is that? You know, this is like trying to get over a river you can't pass over without a bridge in an RPG. Fortunately, I know little about video games. Oh really? I simply wanted to convey the frustration of the situation. Anyway, let's walk along the fences. By the way, what? Would you mind putting me down? Sorry. Holding a cat warmed both my body and my soul. Despite following the school's fence all the way around the school, we were unable to find anything suspicious. I guess we should head back now. Suppose that is for the best now. We had checked out the periphery of the school in hopes of finding a way outside. Looks like it's not going to be so simple. Well, excuse me for being so simple. No, you misunderstood. I wasn't talking about you. What I meant was that we probably won't be able to find an exit by looking for it. What do you mean? What can I say? I can't put it into words well, but you wouldn't notice until you notice it. Just like how we hadn't noticed the strangeness of this world. I need to feel like the exit might be hidden in the same fashion. Either way, we must keep looking for it and notice it. That made sense. You're right. I might have been overthinking it. Alright then, I have somewhere I need to go. Where to? Shower. Okay, got it. Now excuse me. She walked down the hallway. Speaking of shower, how would a cat shower? I wanted to go see for myself. Well, if someone saw her feline form in the bathroom, it would cause a lot of trouble. I think I'll go take a look. No, I had no intention of peeking. Oh, it was a floor sign saying the bathroom was closed for the cleaning. Brilliant idea. That would keep people from going in. Guess she's okay in there. I was sure she would manage on her own. At least she hadn't been caught so far. However... Meow! Heard her scream. Oh no, it's Sasagawa-san. What was that? I think I heard a cat cry. Must be hearing things. This is bad. Her scream carried pretty far. Better hurry up and find her. Sasagawa-san, help me out of here! Oh my god, you're drowning. You should never have tried to take a bath. Although I got my clothes wet, I just should rescue her and bring her back to my dorm. Phew, you alright? Yes! Pop. She was human now. What's the I cannot even take a bath. Just put me out of my misery already. Hey, don't cry. Well, you know what? You're really amazing. How so? Well, I'd already mentioned her softball career. That's right. You're the only one strong enough to stand up to Rin. Thank you very much for reminding me of how I always lose to her now. That made her even more depressed. Besides, since you saw me in the bath, I can never become a bride now. But you were a cat at the time. Wearing your clothes right now, you could actually say you were taking a bath fully dressed. That makes me seem like a total weirdo. Oh my god, everything I said only added fuel to the fire. Don't worry, I was the only one who saw, so I'll take responsibility. Take responsibility? How? Well, you know. You know. Keep it to myself, keep her to myself. Keep her to myself, keep her to myself. Her. Her. I'll marry you. What did you just say? If I do that, everything will be fine. What? Nothing is going to be fine. Anyway, you should pull yourself together. Oh. Thank goodness she calmed down. What a blunder to lose my cool like that. Let's keep doing what we can do. But you were the one who... what in heaven's name are you? Well, what am I? I wonder what? If evening's deepen into night, I'll switch the light off. Alright. Started going over what I'd learned today. A black cat. Sasagawa-san used to have a black cat as a pet. Guess I found one thing that relates to this theory. The theory that Sasagawa-san was the master of this world. This world was something created out of imagination, and nothing can be created without material. Consequently, as long as someone has that material, they can make a world. It seemed safe to assume that there was a connection between Sasagawa-san and the black cat she used to take care of, but those who knew about it are probably only me and herself. And I only just recently learned about what happened to her and the cat. Looking at it from that perspective, you should be able to determine who the cause was. The story of the cat she told me isn't connected to the cat she turns into. Once she turned into a cat that was hanging around her at this school. Most likely the other black cat has already. If that's the case, my theory will sound too forceful. I put all that aside for the time being. As a result, the strongest hypothesis would be Sasagawa-san's the one behind all this. There was no solid proof though. Yet it was the most plausible theory available at the moment. Why not try to verify it? The purpose of this world. It should be something I could fulfill, even given that I still remain there. Hey, Sasagawa-san, you awake? Yes, I am awake. Do you have any wishes? What is with that question all of a sudden? Well, it's just out of curiosity. What's so sudden that I cannot think of anything? But you have at least one, don't you? Well, provided that I am in a world like this. Yeah, I have nothing in particular. Why the question? Well, it's nothing. Would it help to solve the puzzle of this world? It might. I suppose trying to figure out what the kind of wish would make someone create a world like this would make sense. It is a difficult question. Wonder if there was anything to go off. Sasagawa-san, you like Kengo, right? But what? Why would you ask that? Well, yes, even in this world, it would be most wonderful if the two of us could have a private conversation. I see. How about you? Me? It is unfair if you know my wish. I do not know yours. You're right. I wish. Being together with everyone, together forever. I thought harder. In a world like that, if even the impossible can be fulfilled in here, I might want to see my parents one more time. Maybe that was something that couldn't come true, even in that world. Even if I could see them, what would I do then? It's not like it would make those tough, lonely days that I had gone through go away. But I still, even if it changes nothing, I still wish I could see them one more time. I figure that's what it means to lose something. That is understandable. No, not that I feel lonely or anything. I have everybody with me. As I already told you, I have no strong wishes like that. Heard her turn over under her blanket. She said she had no real wishes related to Kengo. I still couldn't rule out her feelings for Kengo being the basis of this world. That meant all I could do about those two was, well, I do know it's none of my business. I'd rather not do it. I don't think I have a choice. At that point, I'd call it a night. Creak! Heard the door open. Sasagawa-san must have gone out. I was sleepy. However, I started feeling like going to the bathroom as well. Rubbing my sleepy eyes, I got out of bed and headed out to the bathroom. Time to sleep again. Started falling asleep as soon as I got back into my bed. I heard the door open again a short time later. Oh, I feel something warm. Too sleepy to care though. Uh-oh. Everybody hated that somebody. Why was that? There was no particular reason. It was the same even when they had company. This is when that somebody was still a kid. There was someone who liked them. They even protected them from those who hated them. They followed them everywhere. In the den, they always stayed right beside them. Even in there were a few people who hated them. The kind person always got angry about that. Every time that happened, they snuck into that person's bed and they both slept there together. Who was it that decided this? Who decided to let all these unreasonable things happen to them? Seriously, who had decided it? Still, they were happy back then. They were happy when they followed the person they loved. I felt like I'd experienced this before. Ah! It was my mother. When I was little, I followed her wherever she went, looking up at her. The memory of it had been lost, but the feeling still remained with me. Mom. I woke up. It was a more pleasant awakening than usual. It was a nice smell, too. Something like shampoo or hair conditioner. Byan! Seemed to be touching something on Sasagawa, who was sleeping next to me. Whoa. Hold on. Why in the world was she sleeping right next to me? Oh, right. I just remembered that getting into bed, the lower bed last night in my drowsiness. Sasagawa-san, being a cat at the time, must not have noticed anything wrong either. Anyway, it wasn't an unquestionably bad situation. And just where did I touch her earlier? It was soft, but it felt thin. Perhaps her upper arm? Consider the position I was in. I realized it had been her... No. Oh, they're way smaller than I thought. Really, I should call them sad, nay, verily disappointing. No, that wasn't important at the moment. I was in deadly peril. Luckily, Sasagawa-san was still asleep. I had to escape immediately, but I was between her and the wall. I needed to do it without disturbing her. I decided to try going over the bed rail. Wriggle. I dove under the blanket. I think I can make it. Beyond! She rolled over. As she was pressing her thigh against my cheek. Goo moo moo. We were direct contact because she was wearing a skirt. It was soft and warm. I didn't have any time to waste. I had to get out of there. Alright, my feet finally reached the rail. Okay. I stretched my legs and raised myself with my abs. However, I only managed to make it halfway up and fell back down. And of course, that woke her up. What? Good morning. What? What are you doing here? Well, I'm sorry. So sorry. It took a long time to convince her to give me an opportunity to explain. Okay. Well, I am also responsible since I did not check when I returned to bed. Yeah, but I'm still very sorry. You need not apologize that much. As I said, that was partly my fault, so we are even, okay? But still, by the way, you did not touch anything you should not touch, did you? I had. Of course I hadn't been on purpose. Sorry, kind of touched your disappointingly tiny Huh? Nope, I didn't touch anything. I simply swallowed my words. Well, let us agree to be more careful from now on, and leave it at that. Sure, to be on the safe side, maybe you should use Masato's bed next time. That would be even worse. Apparently she found sharing a bunk with me a better alternative than use Masato's bed. She looked so frightened that I couldn't ask if she was because she disliked him that much or because she didn't dislike me that much. So I was on my own in the classroom thinking regarding Kengo and Sasasagawa-san. First of all, I must do something for them. But what and how? Asking someone for advice could be useful. Still got Kud, Haruka-san, and Kengo left. Naturally, Kengo wasn't an option, so... let's see... I guess we're not asking a single... or the choice doesn't matter, pretty much. So we'll go with Kud. I picked Kud, even though I doubted she was very good with that sort of thing. She should be more useful than Haruka-san. Do you have a moment, Kud? Yes, what is it? Well, I need your advice on something. My advice? Sure, if there's anything you can help with, please don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, thanks. No problem. People should help each other in times of trouble. It's you to me too. Actually, it's about love. Pardon? Love. Did you say love? That's too cruel. Kud. Oh, never mind. Please go on. Oh, there's this girl who has a crush on this boy. And she feels too embarrassed to bring herself to talk to him. This is about a girl? Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, but I wonder if I can really be of any help. I figure a girl would be the best advisor for another girl's problem. I have an idea. What is it? If she can't talk to him, yeah. I think she should start with talking to him. Well, I'm asking her for advice because she can't. No, hang on a second. In other words, putting the two in a situation where they have no choice but to speak to each other. You're right, that does make sense. Actually, I'm not too confident in that advice of mine. Kujuvaka's experimento pointer won't go up in the next street brew. Perfectly alright, thanks so much for the advice. That's good, I'm glad I could help. Oh, can I ask you something too? What? I've been having this feeling that something isn't quite right lately. Well, I hope Kud would remain with me for a little while longer. It would be so lonely if everybody left, leaving only me. I don't think there's anything wrong. You worry too much. Are you sure? If you say so, it must be nothing then. Yeah. Well, the thing is, how could I get those two to talk directly with each other? No, I think I should put it another way. My theory was based on Sasasagawa-san's wish being that she wanted to talk to Kengo. Which means, it should be possible to fulfill it. Ultimately, she was staying away from him due to embarrassment, and that was why she never had the opportunity to have a conversation with him. In other words, all I should have to do is to encourage her. May sound easy, but it was going to be really difficult. Anyhow, I had to give it a shot. But was that really what I was supposed to do? Felt like there was a part of me that was telling me it wasn't. Sasasagawa-san? What is it? You look very serious. Well, I think we should ask Kengo for help. What? I think it's a necessary step in figuring out the purpose of this world. But even if that is the case, but... And I want you to be the one to ask him to support us. That is impossible. In the first place, how can I talk to anybody when I look like that? I'd already thought about that. Let's make something clear here. We won't do it because he won't be able to understand you when you're a cat, or because you don't want him to see you as a cat. Both. I mean, I have only talked to him a few times, and being alone with him would be... Actually, I believe you may be able to talk to Kengo. Eh? So don't want to? Can at least have a bit more time to think about it? Sure. I would be elated if this resolves anything. I cannot do it after all. Why not? Because I have no idea whatsoever to talk about. Sure you do. First you tell him what's going on. What's going on? What are you saying that is going on? She reminded me of when Rin would lose her composure with something unfamiliar. When it came to romance, Sasasagawa-san might have been as shy as Rin used to be. And on top of that, you can do it, Sasasagawa-san. If I can tell you, Kengo wouldn't leave someone in trouble alone. Or rather, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And having spent a few days with you, I can tell you are much greater than you think yourself to be. You're a hard worker, good at cooking, and so pretty. You can't fail. Well, you know that. Would you mind letting me go in my head? And, oh, sorry. I'm too excited to notice I had seized her hand in the heat of the moment. Let me make something clear here. What? Let me make it clear. Well, what's this about? I have spent quite some time here with you, but have idolized Miyazawa-sama for quite some time. And I look up to him. Okay, take your time and calm down. I am upset because I cannot calm down. Can't argue with that. It was obvious that she adored Kengo, what with how flustered she got while talking about him. It made me feel a tinge of loneliness. No, what was I thinking? So what is it you want me to do? Well, I want you to... Could you talk to with Kengo? There seems to be no other choice. That's right, you have no other choice. Sasagawa-san? Yes? You still don't want to do it? No, it's not that I don't want to. It's Miyazawa-sama after all, the person I admire. Yes, he is the one I admire. If you're forcing yourself... Why would I be forcing myself? Alright then, let us go. Okay, if you're sure. But are you alright with just talking? Well, what do you mean? I mean, don't you want to confess your feelings to him? I cannot do such a bold thing. What in heaven's name are you thinking? I don't think it's that bold. She had seized me by the collar and was shaking me. I'll be satisfied with just talking to him. Okay. If you like someone that much, you should tell them how you feel. Sasagawa-san was such a handful. In her cat form, she followed me to Kengo's room. So how do you want to do this? What do you think I should do? That's what I was asking. By the way, she didn't carry her usual air of dignified princess. If anything, she only looked weak and frail. She's far from her usual self right now. I wonder why. I pondered. Aha! Just remembered that every time she has a fight with Rin, she was cheered on by her cohorts. She probably required something like that before doing something important. With each step we took, her gait seemed heavier. And we arrived. I'm calling him out. Okay. I knocked twice on the door. Kengo, it's open. Well, I have something to tell you. Can you come out? Ah, you finally decided to let me in on the truth, huh? Yeah, but I'm not going to be the one to tell you. Huh? Is there someone else here? Look, Kengo, don't be surprised, okay? I won't no matter what. I want you to meet. I turned around. There was nothing back there. Where was she? You are the one who's surprised. Hold on a minute. Sasagawa-san was hiding in a corner of the hallway, huddled up like a small animal. Oh, it's because she was a cat. I meant that figuratively. Oh, there you are. See to pull myself together. Yeah. I was right. She was totally forcing herself to do this. Ricky? What? Why would that be surprised? Because I didn't notice you behind me. So, who's going to tell me? Go ahead. Me? Mia? Keep going. She was almost there. If she manages to say the first word, she should be able to say the rest well. Meow! That's Cat's crying funnily. Oh no! She stumbled before the finishing line. And then she ran off. No! Sorry, Kengo. I was just about to go after her. Ricky, Kengo stopped me. Good night. Yeah, good night. He then went back to his room. Sasagawa-san was back in my room. I found you. Are you sure it will not work out if you go talk to him without me? Pop. She changed back into a human, was crouched in the corner of the room with her head in her hands. She looked utterly miserable. I mean, you are a close friend of Miyazawa-sama. And on top of that, but you did say you wanted to talk to him. I did, but... But what? It was a figure of speech. So, why should I have to go out of my way to do something unnecessary? Turned into quite the ordeal. Sasagawa-san, could it be that you... What? You never talked to someone you had romantic feelings for, have you? Yes, I have. I am so beautiful that there are boys courting me left and right. That reminded me of Aikawa-kun. But you didn't. But you don't. Shut your mouth. If I said I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. I wondered. Is Sasagawa-san really in love with Kengo? Why is she so against talking to him? A girl's mind is difficult to understand. Even so, Sasagawa-san. What is it now? I don't know if I have the right to say this, but Kengo is pretty bad at recognizing this sort of stuff. He'll never realize you're looking to talk to him unless you look at him in the face and tell him it. I know, I really do. But you are the only boy that I can speak with normally. How many times have I said by this point? No, it's not what you think. I mean, the only boy that I like, and... He self-destructed right in front of me. Look, hear me out. I don't think you need to torment yourself so much over this. I know you admire him, but can't you try talking to him like you talk to me? But I have no idea what to talk about. You do have something to talk about. You said he helped you out before, right? That'd be a good conversation starter. I think you are right. Thank God, she's finally feeling a bit more positive. But I wonder if he remembers that. I'm not sure about that. At least he never told me anything about it. Would you ask him if he remembers before I approach him? I think that's something you should ask him directly. Please do it. Please do at least this much. Sheesh. Alright. Sasasagawa sent tell me on a second trip to Kengo's room. Kengo? Noticed just before I knocked. Oh, his light was off. Looks like he's already sleeping. Alright then, we should leave this for tomorrow. Okay. We both let out a sigh of relief. Wait, why even me? Having nothing else to do, we decided to go to sleep. Want to get this done as quickly as possible, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. Since Rin had already gone, I was going to be the one joining Kengo for breakfast the next morning. What will you say about that? Felt like there was a huge weight on me. You awake? Yes. We are pathetic, are I not? Such an easy thing to do. Despite that, why can I not do it? Well, I kind of understand how you feel, though. Not that easy. Talking to someone is pretty difficult. Of course, there are people who have no trouble doing it. Yeah? You know what? Second thought, never mind. Okay. Wish that I at least would have turned into a cat. Yeah, me too. And a black cat of all things. A black cat. It was also a black cat that she used to feed. Just like black cats more than any other type of cat because even now, every time I see a black cat, I can't help but look around for him. I see. Must have loved him so much that she cannot forget about him even now. Wonder what will happen if I return to the real world like this. I am still a cat when we go back. Almost being your pet cat would not be so bad. Couldn't think like that. Everything will return to the way it was and will return to normal as well. Must believe that. Heard her wrap herself in the blanket. Sasasagawa-san? Never mind. Yes, you're absolutely correct. What was she mad about? Did they say something wrong? Ask yourself that, will you? Couldn't really understand why she got mad like that. Kind of irritated me too. Like, I need you to have a better outlook on our future. Otherwise, we'll even fail at the things we can do. Continue being so negative, I won't know what we should do either. You are right. However, just like men who are always making sound arguments. Not saying anything wrong, am I? No, but there are times when I simply cannot agree. To begin with, it is because of you. Because I what? I'm going to visit the bathroom. Okay. No idea what to do. I'm doing my best and she needed to do the same so we could figure this out. I do not wish to let this bother me either. Pop! Turning into a cat, she left the room. I'd have said too much. Things never went well when I tried to keep something from her. As it was the same for her. Sure, we both had things we couldn't tell each other. Hadn't returned yet. I'll be apologize for what I said earlier. Ready getting upset. Eladia was the one who said something unreasonable. Scratch, scratch. Scratching sounds from the door. She must be back. Huh? I think the door was closed. Got out of my bed and verified it was open. It's open. Meow! It wasn't Sasagawa-san's voice. It was a cat's voice. What's wrong? I opened the door. Meow! It wasn't an act. It was a true cat's cry. Sasagawa-san, your voice. As I explained. The cat turned around and ran off. Hey, hold on. Started after it. Alright. I'm gonna stop it here, guys. With it running outside. Next time we play this, I stream this game, maybe this will be the end of Sasasagawa's route. But yeah, I'm calling it here. Have a good one, everyone. And, well, I'll see you very, very soon. Be well, and don't turn into a cat or anything weird like that. Okay? Bye!